Yeah. Ron G, what it is?
What's good, chill? What's good? We live in full effect. Mr. Top Left in the house. Mars in the building. There was an outburst last week. A crazy outburst. And we have to talk about this right from the top. Luka Doncic scored a groundbreaking 73 points. And I need to hear everybody's opinion on this. This is major.
I think if there was anybody that belonged in the 70-point club, if D Book's in there, you knew that Luka was gonna find a way in there. And sometimes, as a hooper, you get in those modes where you feel like you can't miss. The problem is, I feel like more players could have these 50, 60-point games, but it's not conducive to winning, I would say. But in this case, they won. But I mean, a player scoring, man, that's crazy. And had the opportunity to go for 90. I mean, if he made a few more shots, and it almost hit a triple-double. So we can hate all we want to, and I don't know where ticket's at, and I don't know what's to be said to the defensive era that we're in. But all I know is that if you drop these same players 20, 30 years ago, it might be 80 or 90. That's the message that I'm trying to put out. It don't matter about the defense. How advanced and skilled these players are is absolutely ridiculous. And I think that's the problem. The game is evolving, and it's becoming harder and harder to stop the offense because it's just more and more moves that they're putting into their bag. And on defense, you can only do so much. You can't put what can you put in your defensive toolbox to be like, I'm just going to be a defensive assassin versus what you can put in your offensive bag. And when you got generational players like this, it don't matter who's in front of them. It doesn't matter. The game is easier. I mean, I guess you can say that, but the offense, these guys are just incredible. So what can you really say?
The biggest problem that we have in Shaq is how spread out the offense is. So when you talk about skill sets, right? When you talk about skill sets, I mean, 30 years ago, Jordan had a pretty ridiculous skill set. There were plenty of guards who had really good skill sets. Guys have awesome skill sets today, but the fact that there's so much more ground to cover. So when I'm closing out on Devin Booker and the next guy closer to Devin Booker is 10 feet away, so it's just me and him. And then when he gets off the basketball and the next guy closer to him, because the long ball is so prevalent today, it wasn't like that back then. So because the offense is so spread out, you couple that with what the skill set is, it makes it almost impossible to cover guys one-on-one, plus with guys not being able to be physical. I think you have to be even smarter today because I can't put hands on you. I can't be as physical. So now I got to be smarter in terms of beating you to spots, anticipating things more. So a guy like Luka getting to 73, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate that the defense isn't what it was years ago. That's because we're in an offensive league. We're in a league where guys score. That's what sells tickets. That's what people want to see.
The regular season's for the gram for sure.
Yeah, that's what people want to see.
But chill though, I still think the best basketball in the world is the playoffs.
Man, be quiet.
So I don't expect.
Quiet ticket. Nobody's ducking you. Quiet ticket. Quiet ticket. Nobody's ducking and dodging you, ticket. He's making a point. Quiet. Ticket.
Jack has been ducking and dodging this
Jack ain't ducking nobody. You hold on, ticket. He's making a point. You hold on.
A hit dog will holler.
No,
Thank you, Chill.
Please, Ticket was Ticket. He's making a point. Quiet, Ticket.
No.
Quiet, Ticket. No. I don't care if you was on the show last time.
You sent me on the show
every day.
You don't know what happened, sir.
Shaq was. I was here. So Shaq was making a point.
How much you paying you for security?
As you were saying, Shaq.
How much you paying you for security?
Quiet, Ticket.
So when I was talking last time,
quiet.
Shaq was playing his little role in the comment section. Shaq, you tried to be funny, talking about, my power was going out. It was going in and out. That's the reason why I couldn't come up. And you was running your mouth in the comment section when I was up here telling you I wasn't impressed with Joel Embiid 71, sir. So now you see why I ain't impressed. Because right after Ticket says it, what happens? Everybody dropping 60 and 70.
Everybody's not dropping 60 and 70.
Everybody's not dropping 60. Generational guys.
Everybody's not doing it.
No, Ticket. No. Only generational players are dropping 60 and 70,
so
Ticket.
Not everybody doing that. So that's not true.
Who is drop ticket? I seen a funny stat today. In the last
It's funny how that happens, Shaq.
wait. In the last 60 years, it's been 13 or 14, or maybe
you say that to
14 or
me last
18.
show, Shaq?
Yeah, 15.
But hold on, Shaq. Didn't you say that to me last show? And what happened?
Exactly.
260
So why?
games,
So
a 73
ticket.
to
Why
60,
was this
Shaq.
happening? Why was this happening back 30 years ago? Why was the same exact thing happening?
Because those players were actually great. You had to
Ticket.
be.
I'm gonna say this for the last time to you.
Watch
I'm
it.
so sick of you. I'm so sick of you with this ticket. I'm telling you right now.
I'm talking to the biggest right now.
I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm telling you right now.
Hold on. How you
Kevin, no, and I'm talking to you, ticket. Kevin Booker would have fried the 90s.
You worry about your boy
Kevin
ducking
Booker
smoke.
would have fried the 90s. He absolutely would have. Kevin Durant would have fried the 90s.
So
Are you
Shaq, riddle
kidding
me
me?
this then, Shaq.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have destroyed Bill Laimbeer. What are you talking about, ticket?
Riddle me this then, Shaq. If I'm delusional and I'm wrong, why Joel Embiid been ducking that smoke for 4 years to go up to Denver? Remember I told you? Hold on, Shaq. Now, remember I told you, Shaq, that he only want to drop 70 on weak teams and he ducked the strong teams? So he was supposed to have destroyed this dude and Philly all these years. The last 4 years he ain't went to Denver, and now the Denver coach wants an investigation. What's up, Shaq?
6 years, ticket. Since
What?
18, not 4 years.
Come on, bro.
Since
he can want an investigation. All he wants. We live in this type of era where everything is a conspiracy.
Hold on, you respect that? Hold on, but I'm saying, because you said you respect the 70. No, I respect the man who shows up, not only when you at home, but when you got to go to somebody else's hood. See, this is what I be trying to talk about when I told you I wasn't impressed with that dude, Shaq, because I told you. Then
all of this because Embiid is afraid of Jokic. That's what we're talking about. So Embiid is afraid of out of all the NBA players, is Jokic.
Goes to his hood every year. Jokic showed to Philly every year. And don't give me an excuse he can't
How
play
many times do these two teams play each other in the regular season?
Hold on. But I don't want to hold on. But you're not listening to what I'm saying to you.
I'm just asking the question. Out of 82 games, ticket, out of 82 games, how many times, ticket, out of 82 games, how many times do these teams do? I'm with you. I mean, I don't have a reason for why he's doing that, or he could actually be hurt.
6 years. 6 years you've ducked this man in Denver, bro. But we supposed to call you the MVP. 6 years you've ducked him in Denver. Make it make sense, brother.
What does this have? So, ticket, there's anomalies all over the place. I'm with you. I don't know why he hasn't showed up, but I don't think that's a premise for you to say that he doesn't deserve MVP this year. Now, last year.
Hold on. Okay, so let's look at it real quick. So, Bob, check this out, Bob. He's supposed to be MVP, right, Bob? He's ducked Jokic, who everybody in this channel pretty much said Jokic should have been a real MVP last year, but because the narrative they gave it to Embiid, even though Jokic should have won the MVP.
No, ticket. Wait, your guys gave it to Embiid. All the guys that you hang out with, the Kenyon Martins, all of those. Hold on. Wait. All those hard-nosed players, they all made that vouch for Embiid last year because they were hating on Jokic. I know, but the guys that you reference every single show that you come up here and say this. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, but you always allude to other players outside of players' choice, and you say, "Oh, this person said this."
Don't say everybody in here. Don't say everybody in here. Don't say everybody in here. Don't say everybody in here.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point. My point to you is this, dog. You came at me last stream. You started it because I was talking. You came in the comment section. You started it. That's why
I didn't come at you.
Because you came in the comment section running your mouth. I seen you. Then you came up here
I
talking
agreed
about
with
electricity
you.
was hurt.
I came up on the show though.
No, right.
I came up on the show.
Yeah. And then when I started cooking you beamed out.
Get to the point about get to the point about Joel Embiid.
So my point to him is this. He asked me, Bob, was I impressed with the 70? And I told him no, because it's way easier to score 60 and 70 in this era, because that's like scoring 45 back in the other era where you can hand check, beat up on.
But ticket, we're in this era.
Listen what I'm saying.
We're in this era. I agree, but we're in this era. So what can we do?
Listen, I'm about to tell you. The other thing I told you is because I didn't respect what Joel Embiid did was because I said he'll turn right around and duck the big smoke with the big teams. So you're going to tell me, and people are using an excuse saying he got asthma problems. Did he have asthma problems in the preseason when they had training camp in Colorado? They had training camp in Colorado this year, so he didn't have no asthma problems there. Will he have asthma problems if they play in the NBA Finals and they got to play the Nuggets in the Finals? Is he going to miss the NBA Finals? No. So all I'm saying is, how can you call a dude an MVP when he ain't carrying that barrier of an MVP? How are you impressed with stuff stuff when he's not carrying that stuff in an impressive fashion. It's easy for you to go out there against the worst team in the NBA and want to put up 70. But then when I told you
it's
that,
not
Shaq,
Embiid's
I
fault.
told you,
Why are
Shaq,
you killing
Ducking
Embiid?
Denver is crazy.
Go to
Ducking Denver
David
is crazy,
Stern.
Shaq.
Thank you, Bob.
Go to
Shaq,
okay,
Ducking Denver is crazy, Shaq.
Ticket.
That's
Go to
crazy.
David Stern. Well, RIP. Go to Adam Silver, and that's who you need to have these gripes with, because
No,
those
I'm
are the
having a gripe
people in
with
the
you
league
'cause
that's
you still
changing
praising
these
him.
rules. No. That of course I'm gonna praise them because this is the NBA that we live in. Ticket. If you don't like the style of basketball, then you can stop watching. I'm sure you don't watch the NBA, the WNBA, because you don't like that style of basketball.
Hold on, Shaq. I watched the real. That's why I said in this channel, the real MVPs to me, you can ask Mars. I told him the real MVPs to me are Shea Alexander, who has a better record, who has a weaker team, who's in a tougher conference, but nobody gives him that credit. And
Ticket, but
and
what
the
we're not
three-
going to
hold
do,
on,
Ticket.
hold
I
on, Shaq,
never
hold on,
heard
Shaq.
you praise
Hold on,
Shea
Shaq.
Alexander
You a
in
goddamn
the
wait,
wait, until he started killing or showed any type of signs.
That's not true.
So who?
That's not true. Hold on. That's not true.
Ticket,
First of all,
who's your
Mars,
next guys
Mars,
up? Who's your next
Mars.
guys up? I want to
2
hear.
years
I want to hear
ago,
your
Mars.
next guys up.
2
So in
years
18
ago-
months from now, you
Hold
can
on.
stand on business. I want to
Hold on.
hear the
Mars
next
and
guys
Mother
that you
against-
have
hold on.
coming up in the league that
Hold
are
on,
going to
you
be
just
like
lied.
that.
Hold on. You
Yo,
just
Butter
lied.
Biscuits, hold on, because we
You
got to
just
hear
lied.
this, and I'm gonna get to you, Butter Biscuits. Ticket, answer this question, and we got to move on. Who's your next guys up?
No, he just lied. Mars was in here. I was the only one in here when they said who's going to do work. And I said, Shea going to put up 30 this year, a game. And they said, nah, I don't see that. Shea was came and dropped 30 of them bums the other year. And I said, Shea was going to be that dude. So, yeah. When you were out there acting like a fake Dr. J, dunking on dudes and stuff like that, whatever you doing, I was in here cooking, sir. You just happened to miss the meal. So,
Ticket, I was watching the episodes, but I might have missed that. You're right. I might have missed that one.
Shea is the MVP, and I told Mars this a few times this year, and Chill Town was in here too. Shea, to
Okay,
me, is the MVP. He got a better record, tougher conference, worse team, and behind him is Giannis. Giannis got a better record than Philly. Giannis has been playing better all across the board. Hold on, Giannis been playing better all across the board. He has a better record than these dudes, and y'all still putting the dude who has a worse record and saying he's the MVP because of what? He put up 70 on the worst teams in the league, but then dunked the Denver Nuggets in Denver 7 years in a row. We praise that. Let me say one thing to you. I'm gonna leave it alone, bro. And y'all, you know I was on this train, Shaq. If Jokic would have ducked Embiid in Philly 6 years in a row, what would we have said about Jokic?
I'm not going to use that as a point. I agree with you, Ticket. That is suspicious. I don't think it causes for investigation. All you're going to do is say, I'm hurt. If I'm hurt, I'm hurt.
6 years in a row?
I'm sure he's missed a lot of games against a lot of potential MVPs. Why does that matter?
He played the night before. He played the game before. He's going to play the game after. But that game, he ain't playing. He's hurt.
That's fine.
Come on,
fellas,
man.
I gotta get
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
Ron, this is why Shaq ain't standing on with me, man.
Listen. No, because all you do is try to come at players for being injured, and that's crazy.
Not only that, Shaq.
I'm gonna get Shaq to smoke too, because Shaq in here capping too. Stop
talking about like you completely leaving out Joker. That 64 points that Giannis had. Last I checked, it was against the worst defense in the league. How you leaving that out?
But I never came in here praising.
That's not that. You just said he's the league MVP. And why did you
just said he's the league MVP?
You
did say
for
that.
the whole season.
Okay, so let's discuss overall. Number one, they're at the bottom of the league in defense. They got one of the worst perimeter defenses in the league.
And they got a better record than Philly, right?
No, they don't have a better record than Denver.
Yes, they do.
No,
yes,
they don't have a better record than Denver.
Philly, I said.
They don't have a better record than Denver.
They have a better record than Philly. They beat Philly, and Giannis destroyed them dudes.
Okay, Philly. Do they have a better record than Denver?
I think they're tied with Denver right now.
Or they might have if they don't, they're one win. They might be one win ahead of Denver or one loss ahead of Denver. But with that being said, what is Joker doing for his unit outside of playing elite defense? Even though Joker does play defense, clean glass.
I'm with you on that.
Distribute.
I'm with you.
Clean glass.
You
distribute.
Right. You right.
Score the basketball.
You right.
Got Denver tied for first in the Western Conference.
Okay.
All of those good things. Add all of that up to the fact that what you saw yesterday, what you saw on Saturday with Denver and Philadelphia might be better than what we think they are. Because Mars and I watched that game, and last I checked, your backup center ain't getting 30 and 15. Where that's happening at?
No, but hold on. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying to Shaq and you is, especially Shaq, because Shaq is just disgusting with this, bro. I'm so disappointed in you, bro. Bro, the man have ducked. And this is why I told Shaq when he said why I wasn't impressed. Bob, I sat here and told y'all the man gonna duck the tough matchups. How tough would it have been to go into Denver and cook Jokic in Denver? Do the same thing you did in Philly and Denver. See what I'm saying? That would have wrapped up a lot of people's minds on the MVP award. if he would have went in there and did that in Denver. But since you hadn't done it for 6 years, you didn't do it for 6 straight years. And Shaq, you dare come here and give me an excuse. That's sad, bro. Y'all praising this dude, man. And then as soon as you said that, Shaq, you see how good God is and he on my side. You know what I'm saying? God on my side. I'm all right with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because as soon as I said that, Shaq, guess what? Here comes your boy with 73. Here comes old boy with 62. Right after that, you said, oh, man, how many years? I know, how many days, sir?
So
Now put that in your pipe.
We got it.
Hey, but look though,
we gotta
look,
move on.
Ron, real quick, Ron, because
hold on, Bob. We're gonna get right back to it. I just gotta read the super chat. We're gonna get right back to it.
Oh, you ain't want Bob to have my back. You all right? Okay,
that's exactly
that's what he did. Ron, you ain't want him to have my
Biscuits got your back.
Butter Biscuit said, ticket is right though. And where's Ox? Ox, you gotta fix your Wi-Fi, bro. This is getting out of hand. Butter Biscuit said, ticket is right though. Just saying, what can we do doesn't make much sense. The NBA has always adjusted the rules to make the offense or defense harder. I'm sorry, but the 130 games are getting old. We need a little bit more balance.
That's a fact. That hurts teams like what Mars like. That hurts the style of players like Dillon Brooks and them dudes who want to be physical with you, who want to play a certain type of defense with you, but can't. Why? Because they're going to get targeted by the referees. They're going to get ejected because they're playing physical. They're going to get ejected because they play in a certain way that is not catered to the league today, Shaq. So when you look at it, Shaq,
take it to the establishment. I'm not about to get up here and kill guys just like with the James Harden rule a few years ago. If you listen, why James Harden the only person that can draw these fouls? Well, him and Trae Young. But I'm not about to kill guys for rules that the establishment put into place to make more money. And then you want to gripe at these players that are getting paid these millions, and then you kill these players for not performing because they're getting paid all these millions. Well, what do you want to? Okay, so what should? Name me the rule changes right now. Name me the rule changes.
See, chill down. Don't do that because me, I'm about to cook Shaq.
Just remind me, Ticket. I'm not saying that's not going on.
I would like to be reminded too.
Shaq is making. Hey, Bob.
If you were going to tap in and help Ticket,
I'm going to get
Mars. I'm not saying that's not going on. I just want you to remind me. That's all. That's all I'm asking.
What happened with Mars? What happened the year that they changed the rules? Who started crying? All them fake scores. Dame and them when they couldn't score. When he couldn't score, they started crying about the rules. Trae Young and all these dudes, when they wouldn't get a million fouls, they started crying, and the NBA had to change the rules back just so these dudes could score 30 again. The only dude that was still getting buckets out of all them dudes was the babyface assassin Stephen Curry. He was the only dude that wasn't affected by them foul calls because he didn't live on the free throw line. Them other dudes like James Harden and all them.
Yeah, but his coach was just complaining about them only having 14 or the free throws in a game. So
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of it can't go both ways.
But I'm talking about when they changed the rules, he was still the only one that was getting buckets, is what I'm saying. I ain't saying he was.
So, Ticket, what is your top 3 changes that you want to the establishment, not to the players?
Hold on, I want them to be able to bring the hand check back. If they bring the hand check back, Mars' team in Houston Rockets is 5 games better right now. These are facts. If they bring back the hand check,
so you want rules that?
No, I'm watching it. Hold on, I'm watching the games. If they I have to agree with Mars on one thing. He said, bro, the way Dillon Brooks play is not catered for this league, bro. Because they call too much BS. They don't allow you to be physical with the play. They don't allow you to really pick the players up and really like be physical like you could on the ball no more, bro. That's why I told you it was hard to score the basketball. When you seen Paul Pierce getting 45 back in the day, bro, you know how hard that 45 was? That's why Shaq called him the truth.
It was not that hard. It was not that hard. Go look at the highlights. Go look at the highlights of any Paul Pierce. It was not that hard. He's getting checked one-on-one. Who is double teaming Paul Pierce? Cut out the malarkey. Stop. Go look at the highlights. He was the truth. He was the truth.
Come on, man.
He was the truth, but you're not about to just tell me that players were just getting double teamed left and right, especially guards. It was one-on-one.
Whoa. Let's not do that. Okay, we ain't body slamming and clotheslining dudes. No, we ain't doing that.
Thank you, bro.
No.
Let's go back to the Jordan rules, Shaq.
No,
what about that?
The Jordan rules, the 6 clips, hold on, wait. The 6 highlights that I can watch from every season of the hardest fouls, I can do that with Draymond from the past 10 years.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about on a night-to-night basis, sir.
It was not on a night-to-night basis. That's what I'm telling you. No, it was not. It was very physical. Body slamming. But body
being able to put
yes, hand check, yes, 1,000%, yes, 1,000%. But body slamming, come on.
I have a better chance.
That's not what you said, though. That's not what you said, though. Ticket, you said bring back the Jordan rules.
I'm talking on a night-to-night basis. The defense he had to face.
Right.
That's
On
what
a
I'm talking
night-to-night
about.
basis, he wasn't facing the bad boy Pistons. The Detroit
I didn't say
Pistons.
that. I'm talking about.
That's exactly what you said. You said bring back. That's exactly what you said, Ticket. You said bring back the
That's a
Jordan.
mentality.
That's what you just
Ticket,
said.
that's a mentality. That's one team, Ticket. That's a mentality.
Tougher defense. Hold on. I said he was facing a much tougher. And I can go to this. Bob, no, I'm not
Ticket,
lying
these
about
players,
this.
Ticket, these players can do the same thing if they wanted to. That's a mentality. That's a mentality.
I can go to Bob on this. Ask Bob. Forget Jordan era. They was playing way more physical defense when the Lakers and the Kings was going at it. When you had Rick Fox and goddamn Doug Christie in them. You know how physical Doug Christie was playing defense, bro? They don't let you do that no more, bro. It was hard to get buckets in that era, bro.
I'm good with the hand check. I'm good.
Nobody is discounting. Nobody is discounting that this game is less physical. Nobody is discounting that.
So
But
you think Luka's, hold on, let me ask you one question, Shield. You think Luka's getting 70 if they letting him play defense like Doug Christie?
Yes.
No,
you're talking about elite defenders. These guys, Ticket, to your own admission, these guys aren't dropping 70 on elite defenders.
This, bro.
I just said you're talking about elite.
You gotta play physical with him to be able to play with him.
We're talking about elite. Every single player in the NBA 30 years ago was not physical.
I'm giving you the defense.
Stop.
Every team
had one.
It was
Yes.
It was a more physical style of defense.
Let's get this point off right quick.
That's what I'm saying, Shaq. It's not like everybody was more physical. It was just that
I don't think that Luka can drop 70. I don't think that Luka can drop 70 on an elite defense now. So that's the point that I'm making. That back then, if he's doing it, Ticket, you already said that they're doing this against weak teams. So imagine the weak teams 30 years ago. It might be 90.
I gave you right now. Hold on. I just gave you.
You cannot name me how many teams was in the league 30 years ago. 20. You can't name me.
I just gave you our era. I guarantee you.
No,
this.
Name me 30. Name me 30 defenders. Name me 30 defenders right now.
Hold on, Ticket, right quick, Ticket, because we got super chats rolling in. So unless you can name,
bro, you sad, bro.
Ticket, unless the last question I was asked, I will let you get that off. Shaq, what'd you ask?
Lying,
let him name what?
Bro.
He's not lying, Ticket.
He's
not.
Hold on, right quick, fellas. Right quick.
He's not going to do this right now. He's not going to do this.
We got to get back to this Joel Embiid ducking Denver thing.
Back when Doug Christie.
Fellas, Ticket, hold on, because I have to read the super chat.
Are
you going to answer Shaq's last question? If not, we'll get to the super chat.
Yeah. Tell him pull the question. What's the question?
What was Ticket's last question?
Shaq, you said, can he name 30 defenders or 30 teams?
I wouldn't want Ticket to do it. I would want Mars to do it so it's more accurate. I'm talking about in any given season, you cannot tell me 15 to 20 elite defensive perimeter guys that are just going out there just every.
Raja Bell.
Luka's frying him.
In the same
Luka
season.
is frying him. Luka is frying him. Luka is frying him.
He wasn't struggling with Raja Bell. That was a narrative. That was a narrative.
Wait, Ticket. Give me. Okay, so Ticket. So Ticket. Whoa. Ticket, rewind. Ticket, rewind. Ticket,
It's a narrative.
Ticket, rewind. Ticket, rewind. Why? Okay, so Ticket, rewind. Why is Luka struggling against Raja Bell?
Because first of all, Raja Bell is able to play a way more physical style of defense. Didn't Tim Donaghy tell you that in the interview when Tim Donaghy said that they complained to the referees about the defense that Raja Bell was playing on Kobe Bryant?
So because
it's that simple, Ticket. You can leave it right there because Kobe.
Thank you, man. Come on, bro.
If Kobe struggled with him, then Luka gonna struggle with him.
Hold on. I'm gonna cook him.
When did Kobe struggle with them? How many games was it? What's the sample size? When did Kobe struggle with Raja Bell? What's the sample size? I want to know how many games. I want to know how many games it was.
The numbers don't tell the story, Shaq. The numbers don't tell the story. The amount of points at the end of the game that Kobe has does not tell that story.
No, they
can't
don't
do that, bro.
Okay,
who won that series? I'm genuinely asking who won the series.
When we talk about this level of basketball, Shaq,
who won the series? Okay, who won the series?
Hold on, Shaq. At this level of basketball, and you know this better than anybody.
This is nonsense.
It's not about the amount
Sitting here
of points
listening to you
the
dudes talk to me about
how
6'4"
hard
Raja Bell having to
work.
deal with a 6'8" Luka Doncic with the bag that he has. How much
into this,
Are you
Shaq?
kidding me? This is the same Luka Doncic who came to the
I gotta fight.
Fellas, we got one mic. We got one mic. Hold on, chill.
I'm waiting for L host. I'm waiting for L host.
Go ahead,
That's
Bob.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, cook him, Bob.
I'm fighting all game. That's the story to tell. I'm talking about the work in between the lines on that hardwood for 48 minutes. How hard do I got to work? It's not about how many points the Kobe ended up with.
I would just because we get up here.
Gonna make these cats let Luka come off the pick. They don't apply no pressure
Come
until the
on.
end of the third quarter. They're
Facts.
watching him troll. They're watching him probe into the middle of the defense. It's not a physical style of defense. Raja Bell up under that. Luka gonna cook. Luka gonna cook. Tony Allen up under that.
Tony Allen shut down KD. What are you talking about?
when you under that hip, Shaq, look like Raja Bell gonna be is different, bro.
Hold on. Hey, Mars,
hold on. Take it. I gotta get to these super chats.
Hey, Luka still gonna cook. Luka still
hold
gonna
on.
cook, but he gonna
Hold on. Let me get to these super chats. Raja Bell's not going nowhere. All right. We know it's an elephant in the room. Let me address this $25 from Butter Biscuit. He said also for the Embiid stuff. Bro, I'm watching the 11-18-2019 game, and this dude is running and ducking and showboating. I can't respect this dude, and I'm glad the NBA said he has 6 more games and he's out. Disrespect the game. Mars, do you think Joel Embiid's being disrespectful to the game?
In 2019. In 2019.
But hold on. Here's my point to you. Shaq, you kept saying that. Chilltown just sat up here and lied. You can ask Mars. If Mars is a statistician, he keep it real. Tony Allen had KD all out of his wherewithals. Tony Allen gave KD straight hell in that series when they played against the OKC. Am I lying, Mars?
You said he shut him down. You said he shut him down. That's what you said. You said he shut him down. That's not what he did. There's a difference between making it difficult on a guy. There's a difference between making it difficult on a guy and shutting the guy down.
What did he shoot for the field that year?
Those two things are completely different. Those two things are not the same.
If you get held under your average, those two things are not the same thing. You get held under your average, you get shut down, sir.
No,
that's shut down.
Stop referring to guys that were rooting for Embiid last year to get it over Jokic. Stop bringing them into this narrative. Stop. I'm tired of it. Stop. You can't pick and choose. I don't care what any of those guys say. I care about what Ticket says.
Let me ask you a question. Is Luka dropping 70 on a prime Tony Allen?
No way.
Okay,
not 70.
Now we get to it. Hold on. Now we get to it. Is he dropping 70 on a prime Ron Artest?
Come on, Ticket.
Come on, no, you asked me about the dudes that's in the league. I'm giving you the
not
dudes
even today's rules, yesterday's rules. No. I'm talking about the rules they played under in that era. I ain't talking about George's era. I'm talking about me and Big Ox and our era and Chilltown. I'm talking about our era right there. He ain't getting 70 on none of them. That's my point to you. So let me ask you this question then. Do you think that Joel Embiid is dropping 70 on Zoe Morning? No.
Do you think he's dropping 70 on Karl Malone?
You're naming all defensive juggernauts. No, you're
not.
What did you just say? What you said, you're naming all the guys in the league. You're about to run. It's about to be over.
No, it's not.
It's about to be over.
Yes, I'm like Lil Durk. I'm gonna keep going. So, like I said, is he dropping 70 on Mutombo?
No.
Is Joel Embiid dropping? Is Joel Embiid dropping 70 on Dikembe Mutombo? I don't think that they would let him. I don't think they'll let him drop 70. I don't think they would let him drop 70 on him. No.
Right. Hold on.
Who is that?
So
his team. That's who they is. Big Ox.
So what? So what you saying? You saying? I mean, you saying
the Miami Heat. If Joel Embiid was going off on Alonzo Mourning, they would jump his ass.
Yeah, but it's not about that.
This is the point.
You don't think it's all about that?
So hold on. Hey, Bob, I got him. Bob.
So
is Luka dropping? Is Luka? Hold on. Let me ask you this question, Chill.
This is not my. I already said this is not my point.
Is Luka dropping 70 on a prime Sean Marion?
Why is it always on a prime? Let's talk about the scrubs in the league. Now let's talk about Ticket. Let's talk about the scrubs in the league with the same rules. No. He can't do it on defensive juggernauts in this era. Is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why it's always on these rinky-dink teams.
My brother.
But he's dropping 43 on really good defenders, and that's insane.
But you asked me.
David Robinson dropped 70 on Benoit Benjamin. That's what he dropped 70 on. And Danny Manning. That's what he dropped 70 on.
These are the guys I'm waiting for you to
drop 70 on Olajuwon, though. He didn't do
that. Benoit was raw, though.
Man, give me a break, but Big Ox, shut it up with that.
Shaq is trying to be funny. Here's why Shaq is
trying to be funny.
Yo, make your last point. I got to move on.
This is what Shaq is doing. I'm giving Shaq all the dues because he asked me, to name.
You're not giving me all the dudes. You're giving me defensive juggernauts.
1 second, I'm not finished with you yet. You asked me to name the dudes.
Give me the pipsqueaks. I want to hear all the pipsqueaks. I know you know a lot of them. I want to hear the weak defenders.
Is Luka dropping 70 on Andre Kirilenko?
Here's the problem with this ticket.
I don't think.
Wait. Can I talk? Can I talk? No host. God damn. Can I talk for 1 second?
Talk, brother. What you need? You need some
There is no player that you're just going out there and individually, you're just dropping 70 on that person. It's a team effort. And that's why when you bring up the bad boys, I'm like, teams can have that mentality now, but boys want to stay on the court to get stats to get paid. It ain't nothing stopping these teams from knocking these boys on their ass. A flagrant? You're going to give us all flagrants? If you come in this key, you're going to think about it.
Shaq, you asked me a question, though, and I want to answer your question respectfully, brother. I gave you names because
you didn't give me. No.
This is why I told you.
And I'm answering your question. I answered your question.
That's why I told you, even in our era, me and your era, your era when you grew up watching Kobe and them guys, I told you that anytime them dudes score 40, it was like somebody scoring 60 in this era, 70. Because look at the guys they were playing against. You're gonna tell me you think Luka would have went out there and dropped 70?
It was buddies averaging 30 plus.
You think he would have dropped 70? Hold on. You think Luka would have dropped 70 against Bruce Bowen? You think he's
averaging 30 plus on the entire league is insane to me.
No, I'm asking you a question. Are you think he's dropping 30 on Kobe? Do you think he's dropping this? Do you think that Embiid is dropping 70 on
hold on. Luka can drop. What was the down year in between the championships? He can drop 70 on that team with Kobe out there. He's not going to face against Kobe every single time he comes up the field. Come up the court. It's so many things that go into an NBA game. When I'm bringing the ball up.
I've only seen one player give Kobe 60, and his name was Gilbert.
Okay.
That's the only player I've ever seen.
But also, I know we got
if Gilbert could do it. If Gilbert
hold on. But Gilbert would average 35
because he's scoring outbursts. No. He's scoring outbursts that these guys are having.
Luka's averaging 35 damn near.
Who did Kobe Bryant score 81 against? Who is on Toronto that's going to slow him down?
Kobe
scored 62 and 3 quarters on Jason
Kobe
Terry.
scored 60 points how many times in his career, Chilltown?
Even if that's true, okay, he cooked Ruben Patterson. But how many times did Kobe score 60? Absolutely,
cooked Ruben Patterson
and cooked Jason Terry. But these guys, Ticket, you bringing up Bruce Bowen and Ron Artest and guys like that. Like that was what the league was. Like it was 20 or 30 of those guys.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not. I'm naming them to you right now.
No, it was not.
I'm naming them. Hold on. I'm naming them to you. The Sacramento Kings had Doug Christie. Hold on. The Sacramento Kings had Doug Christie. He was the lead defender.
Same Doug Christie.
I'm naming them to you. Hold on. But I'm naming you now. Hold on. Chill down.
No, you hold on. This is the same Doug Christie who said he was afraid for his life in Game 7. He said that.
You can be. Hold on. You can be afraid to take the challenge.
You know why?
Just because he said they want.
We gotta move on. We gotta move on. Chill, Ox. Ticket. I need everybody to chill. I got $25 super chats that I got to get to, and we got to do this right now.
He always discredit Doug Christie like he wasn't a great defender though.
Can we throw Ox out? He's not listening to you, El Host. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
On top of that, this is a good moment to tell everybody who hasn't liked the video to go ahead and like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's no better time.
Just play it
out right now. On top of that, we're on playback tonight. You can watch Mars and Jalen on playback. Watch the Rockets and the Lakers. Make sure you tap in tonight at 7:45 or Eastern time. Also, I'll be on playback tonight doing a watch party with JD. Check us out after that. Playback TV. You see the app in the bottom left corner. If you haven't went to www.playerschoicemerch.com, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to get up under that rock that you're under and go check out the merch and cop something. As for super chats, I got a $25 super chat from Pimp named Slickback. He said the reality is somewhere in the middle. All four of you guys are wrong. Nobody's dropping 90 20 years ago. That's a ridiculous take. But on the other hand, Luka and Embiid can be dominant scorers. Certain guys transcend every era.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not saying he can't be dominant.
I just want to address that real fast, the 90 thing. And we also believe that Cat Williams read 3,000 books in 1 year. It's called embellishment. I don't understand why you have to spend your hard earns in nitpick, but you can come up here because you know I'm with all the smoke. You can come up here and say whatever you feel like you need to get off your chest, that guy specifically. I do not care.
Well, hey, Shaq, Ron, before y'all cut me off, Shaq, Chilltown, y'all asked me a question. All I was trying to do is answer y'all's question. I was just trying to tell y'all, my whole point to Shaq was this, is that the difference in the defense makes a difference in how a player offensively can get off. You know what I mean? And I think that that's a big thing, bro. I think it's a big thing when you can play the way that Trenton Hassel used to play on defense for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think it's a big thing when you could play like Andre Kirilenko used to play defensively. Andre Kirilenko used to play against wings on the defense. He was hard because he was tall, he was long, lengthy, athletic, and he could cover ground. So those guys were hard to score on. I can't see Luka dropping 70 or anywhere. I can't even see Luka dropping if he's got Andre Kirilenko as his main defender. I don't see him doing it on Bruce Bowen. I don't see him doing it on Bruce Bowen. I don't see him doing it on Ron Artest. I don't see him doing it on Tony Allen. I don't see him doing it on the list goes on. He ain't doing it on Kobe. He ain't doing it on and bro, back then you gotta remember he ain't doing it on Ruben Patterson. He ain't doing it on bro, it's just a long list. You can go through every single team. Every
it's not
team
that long of a list.
had a wing. Hold on, but every team in the league had a wing defender that was elite. You can go to the Philadelphia 76ers. You can go to the Milwaukee Bucks. They had wing defenders coming off the bench playing. You can go to the Detroit Pistons.
Anybody coming off that bench is getting absolutely fried.
Hold on. Is he dropping 70 on Tayshaun Prince? Like, come on, bro.
Ticket, I got a question for you, though. I got a question for you, though. Because we're talking about the past eras and all of that stuff. And for the most part, everybody up here agrees with you. But what does that have to do with what he just did? Like, can you acknowledge that he went crazy? Can you acknowledge that he went crazy? Ticket, we understand that. But this is not
just like I don't think your boy will be doing what he doing back then. Just like your boy,
Ticket, I want to hear the answer to your question.
Yeah, you don't want me to get to that smoke. Just like him, he will be reduced.
We can get to that smoke in a second. Okay, Ticket, was Luka cooking or not?
No, bro, they was giving that man all that space, bro. He's playing against the Hawks. He was giving them all space.
Was he cooking or not?
Bro, they did not start playing that dude. DeJounte Murray and them act like they want to take it serious.
Did Luka have a good game with 70?
Ticket versus the world. If a little kid come up there on Ticket versus the world and you absolutely annihilate him and you was cooking, I don't care. I'm saying Ticket was cooking.
I'm not.
All you got to do is say that.
Y'all impressed with that, Shaq? Y'all impressed with Luka cooking these moms?
So no. Check that out.
No, these dudes don't play no defense.
No. We didn't ask if you were impressed. Was he cooking?
No. He wasn't cooking nothing. He was cooking fried rice. So, like I said before, I'm gonna tell Chilltown, I'm so upset with Chilltown because Chill is from that era. Chill is from the era of dogs. Hold on, Chill. And I love you like a brother. You are from the era of dogs, bro.
You on mute, Chill.
For Chilltown to say he need to be muted. For him, he need to be muted in spade.
Listen, because the dude
as I said before, Chilltown is from the era of dogs. For
I am, and I've seen all of them. But you're talking about. Here's the problem that I'm having with you, Ticket. The problem that I'm having with you, Ticket, is the guys that you just mentioned. All of the guys that you just mentioned. That wasn't the league the entire time. Like, Luka is frying Corey Maggette. He is frying Corey Maggette. Are you kidding me?
I didn't say Corey Maggette.
Exactly, you did.
He's taking the win home.
This is what we're doing. Ticket. Luka is frying Richard Jefferson. He is destroying him. What are you talking about, Ticket? The league isn't just littered with guys like that.
Richard Jefferson was a wing defender?
Yes, Richard Jefferson played the three.
No. The wing defender was Kenyon Martin.
Before he left, too.
Their wing defender was Kenyon Martin.
That's the point. Kenyon Martin played on the block. That's not true.
No, Kenyon Martin was on the wing. He was out there guarding Kobe. So
the point that I'm making is that the guys that they went up against, like, for example, who Cat scored that 62 against, it was against Charlotte. Would he do that against one of the better bigs? Probably not. Devin Booker, that 62 that he scored, that was against the worst defense in the league. Would he do that against Devin? Would he do that against Kawhi Leonard? Probably not. But Luka would fry Lamar Murray. He would destroy him. There would be no defense for Lamar Murray.
The worst guys?
Because that's what this was. Ticket. That's what this was. Luka went up against one of the worst defenses in the league.
I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth.
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest with y'all, bro.
Last point, Ticket, and we gotta move on. I got more.
Let's move on.
All these dudes' averages will be down 5 or 6 points. And check it out. If you put guys like Reggie Miller in this era, he wouldn't average a career 18 points. His career would be around 25, 26 a game, bro. Y'all
none of these guys' averages would go anywhere. I promise you. They have to play against the rest of the league.
So you don't think? Hold on. Let me ask you one question. And
I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on.
You think James Harden averaging 36 in Kobe era?
100%. Let's move on.
You a liar. You a cold-blooded.
I promise you.
Jack, you a liar. You a liar, and I rebuke you, man. I rebuke
Why is he lying?
Liar, bro.
What
Hold
facts
on.
can you
We gotta
give?
go. We gotta move on. We gotta
Can you
move on.
give to suggest that that's a fact?
You a
Why
liar,
he
bro.
can't do that?
To move
Call
on.
somebody a liar.
Everybody unleashed. Say, everybody said. See, this is Ticket. This is what Ticket be talking about. Look how chill tag teaming is. We know why he's defending this era.
Yep.
It's because it's
Mars.
his King's era.
You know why, Mars?
That's why he's disrespecting Bean and Jordan's era. These dudes' agendas not slick.
Right, because he hey, see, and the people starting to look, see how the tide turns? Now all the people starting to agree with me now. First they hated me, now back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all
please, if you believe me, don't send your bread in to agree with me, please. No. Send your bread and agree with me. Because y'all know Chilltown in here capping. And the reason why Chill does this is because he wants to big up the era for LeBron, Ramon, James. So when we have these historic talks, Bob, he can't come back and say, yeah, you know, I said this era was weak. Remember the other day I almost got Chill? When I asked him about the weak Eastern Conference and he held his tongue because he knew that if he said the conference was weak, I was going to destroy him in a later debate when he started praising his king, LeBron James. So when he watched his mouth. So like I said, Mars Blackman, and Mars, you can pull up the receipts on your boy. You understand? I'm blinging, baby.
This era, but then I don't praise it. What the hell is happening right now?
I'm blinging. And to the one dude who said your name is Big Rich, but you sent $2, you look like you poor, brother. So you need to send some more money. But as I said to you, right? Your name is Big Don Rich, but you acting like Big Don Poor. You said stop living in the 80s. Sorry, sir. We're talking about the 2000s with Kobe Bryant in them. So we're 20
what
years.
Happened there? I don't get it. I don't understand. What I just said that this era was soft, and then I said it was weak, and then now it's awesome. And wait a minute, I don't understand.
No, I just told Shaq and you, I don't think them guys are averaging what they're averaging. I think their average goes down 5 or 6.
Well,
the guys who played in that era,
part I won't argue. I won't argue that part, Ticket, because the defense is different. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to suggest to me. What you're not suggesting to me is you're not suggesting to me that these dudes against the lesser teams back then wouldn't do what they're doing. Giannis would have destroyed Charles Oakley.
The lesser teams are way better defensively. The lesser teams are way better defensively.
Giannis would have wrecked Charles Oakley. Wrecked him.
I think the game was different.
That's a fact. And guess what would have happened, Chilltown? On the third position he went up, Giannis would have had a broken leg. Period. Out of the game.
Oh my, Ron, keep going, please.
Fellas, right quick.
We have broke their leg back in that era. Whose leg was broken back in that era? I've seen body slams and okay, all right.
I haven't heard Mars' take on this topic at all, and we all value Mars' logical opinion and the stats that he may bring into it. So, Mars, can you please give us a balance between the two sides? How do you feel about players from this era going back and playing against players from that era? What would Luka do in the 2000s or the 90s?
It depends what his teammates are. The league was different back then because you used to be able to get away with having people who couldn't play offense on the court, so the spacing was worse. If you put those players on Luka's team, if you put Andre Roberson right now on Luka's team and put Tony Allen on his team, the spacing would be worse and Luka wouldn't score as much in today's game. The reason people scored less is because there was less space. So if you put a bunch of shooters around Luka in the 90s, he would still score. I do think it's funny how a lot of people seem to favor the era in which they grew up in, which, I mean, it's not a surprise, but like people in the 90s who grew up watching the game from the 70s and 80s said the league in the 90s was watered down and that the league was worse then. You can find many articles about it. You can find coaches, players talking about it. And here we are saying the 90s was real basketball, and today the league's watered down and no one plays defense. But as the 90s was unfolding, everyone was complaining about expansion, how teams didn't have as many good players now. It took less to win in the 90s than it did in the 80s. But here we are, we're like that never happened. And all of a sudden, the 90s is the gold standard of basketball. But when it was unfolding, people were complaining about it, which is why I don't take many of the complaints about today's era seriously, because everyone's going to complain about that era as it's happening. And then 20 years from now, people are going to glorify this era because whatever league changes they have in 20 years, it's going to make that era look a lot worse than what this era was. So I don't really care about that. But the
golden child cooking.
But the logic is always going to be the more it's coming.
It's golden.
I'm telling you, Mars. Kobe Bryant was a plumber. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to listen to that in 20 years.
The more space there is, the more space there is on a basketball court, the offensive player is going to have an advantage. That's just common sense. If you put Kobe in an era where everyone can shoot the ball and you can't help as much as you could back in the 2000s, yes, he would score more points. That's common sense. But then to act like these players back who are playing today couldn't score back then is also stupid. And it's not like he's going to be going up against Raja Bell every night. That's the point Shaq was making. Not every team had an all-league defender at the wing. And even if they did, the great players offensively don't just run one-on-one matchups against the best isolation defender in the league. They mismatch hunt. You know what Luka would do if he played in the 2000s? Get those slow-footed big men in a pick and roll, get a switch, and then he would cook them from there. So yes, Raja Bell could be the best defender you've ever seen. Yes, Tony Allen could be the best defender you've ever seen. But if he's playing against the Memphis Grizzlies and Tony Allen, he's going to bring Zach Randolph into a ball screen and force a switch. And guess what? Zach Randolph ain't staying in front of Luka
Wrong.
Doncic.
I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
That's what's going to happen.
You're wrong
okay,
because back then guys actually took pride in defense and fought over screens.
Cool. You know what? It's perfect.
Now I'm gonna give it to you.
No, I wasn't finished, but I'm not gonna lie. That's a great point you brought up because I was actually waiting for someone to bring up the point of getting through screens and fighting over screens. The reason why pick and roll defense was different back in the day compared to now is because people were worse at shooting. So you could actually go under screens back in the day, and no one was hitting those pull-up threes from 30 feet. Now, today's game, if you go under a ball screen, you die because Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Tyrese Halliburton, you can't go under a screen. So now you have to fight over a screen. And you know what makes fighting over a screen difficult? In order for fighting over a screen to be effective, the big has to play higher to allow the guard to actually fight through the screen and recover into the play. Now, you know what that means? Zach Randolph, you have to play 5 feet higher than you normally would because you can't play a drop because the guard can't go under the screen. So now if you make Zach Randolph play higher, Luka can just extend that screen, keep drilling him out, bring him out to the wing, and then guess what? He's attacking him in space. Or you're going to have to concede a switch where Zach Randolph is cooked, or you double team Luka. Guess what you do when you double team Luka? You leave a 4-on-3 wide open. So even if Luka only has 20 points, guess what? 17 assists. You're going to lose. So you can take pride in saying, well, guess what? Luka only scored 20 points. Yeah, he killed your team because you had to blitz him the whole time. That's why Luka Doncic leads the league today in blitzes. So you can say what you want about these guys defending. No one's defending Luka one-on-one.
Well,
that's
Sir
not
Mars,
happening.
that's
and if you can defend Luka one-on-one,
Novocaine ticket.
Hold on. I got him.
That's
I got him good. I got him good to right.
I
got him dead to right. I'm gonna cook him hard right now.
Imagine Nas Muhammad trying to blitz
I'm gonna put Chilltown. I'm gonna push it to the limit. Go to Miami, Chilltown. So let's get right to it, right? First of all, he's a bold-faced liar talking about three-point shooting. Because back then, there were three-point specialists. Almost every single team had three-point specialists. So you're lying. There are players that would make you pay, and there were players that were absolute snipers and sharpshooters before this era right here. First of all, let's start. You can go to Dale Curry. You can also go to Reggie Miller. You can also go to
these guys were not the
ball
handlers.
Hold on, Chilltown. Because all these teams had three-point shooters, sir. You can also go to if you're fighting over the screens, you can also go to teams like, just name a team. All I gotta do is I can go right to the Lakers. The Lakers had great three-point shooting around Kobe and Shaq. The Lakers had great three-point shooting around Magic Johnson. So what are you talking about? All you gotta do is go look at the percentages these guys were shooting from the three. Go look at the Chicago Bulls. Steve Kerr wasn't a great three-point shooter. B.J. Armstrong wasn't a great three-point shooter. Craig Hodges wasn't a great three-point shooter. These are some of the greatest three-point shooters in NBA history, man. Stop playing these games with me.
No. It's fine. Let him go.
I'm not finished cooking yet. The dinner ain't done yet. So, and then again, so let's keep going. You can go up into the 2000s. They had great shooters around those players in the 2000s. Wally Zerbiak, 40% three-point shooter, playing with Kevin Garnett and them out there. You think Trent Hassel and them in trouble if they got to cook because they're worried about the other team, not worried about three-point shooters? No, you had three-point shooters. Most all those teams had specialists that were three-point shooters, Chilltown. You know this, and I know this. You can go to the Utah Jazz back in Michael Jordan's era. Who was a three-point specialist? Jeff Hornacek and those guys. Can't leave those guys. You know why? It's hand down, man down, Big Bob. Big Eyes Bob. This boy won't play games with me, but he don't know I'm a real
student. Is there a second point, or was that your whole point?
Let's go ahead, Chilltown.
You were talking to me, right? No.
Chill. You gotta let Mars cook.
Let's go, young fella.
The point I was making was not that no one on the court could shoot. No, the point I'm making is in today's league, maybe one person on a team cannot shoot. Back in the day, it was maybe two people could shoot. That's the difference. If you have two bigs, one's playing on the high post, one's playing on the low post, maybe your big will space to 15 feet if you're lucky. That makes defense at the rim much easier because guess what? When you only have to rotate from 15 feet to the rim compared to 23 feet to the rim, it makes it easier to rotate. I'm not saying no one could shoot. I'm not saying teams didn't have Craig Hodges, even though he barely played. I'm not saying teams didn't have Steve Kerr, even though he barely played. I'm not saying Reggie Miller didn't exist. I'm not saying Jeff Hornacek didn't exist. I'm not saying they didn't exist. But when teams today are running at worst 4 out, 1 in, at worst, the spacing is obviously much far superior today. I'm not saying teams didn't have shooting, but when we're looking at the overall landscape of the NBA, most primary ball handlers weren't shooting off ball screens. The only one who really did do that quite often was Mark Price, if you look in the 90s. The only one who would consistently shoot off a ball screen, and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I'll give him his credit too. Other than that, most guards aren't shooting pull-up threes off ball screens. They're not doing it. And those guys had extreme extreme proficiency at doing so, and defenses couldn't deal with them. That's why Mike Bibby was able to cook the Lakers because Shaq was playing drop coverage.
So let me ask you a question.
So if you have guards who can do that with ease, like Trae Young, like Steph Curry, like Dame, like Luka, like Kyrie Halliburton.
Let him finish, Ticket. Let him finish.
Haven't had to do it. So that's why it's different. That's why it's different.
What's Tim Hardaway thing you're not doing?
But because of the ability to shoot off the bounce, the ability to have 4 shooters spacing the floor, in most instances 5. But 4
How many teams today? How many teams today got 4 shooters? They got the best. They got one of the best. They call the best teams in the world. That's crying that they don't have shooters on the court in the Lakers. That's one. Let's keep going. No, let's keep going. Let's talk about the Denver Nuggets, world champion Denver Nuggets. Hold on. Let me finish with you.
Offenses in the NBA.
Hold on. Let him finish his point.
All the best offenses in the NBA have multiple shooters. Now, if you want to go, hey, look, the Detroit Pistons, they don't shoot. Cool. The Orlando Magic, they don't shoot.
You have
cool.
the NBA.
There's a reason those teams aren't very good offenses.
Right, that's half the NBA.
Because you need the shooter. That's not half the NBA.
I'm gonna give you the names right now.
You even look at the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, guys like Josh Hart, guys like Emmanuel Quickly before he got traded, guys like Quentin Grimes.
Every team
like multiple guys who can shoot the ball. Multiple teams are gonna have multiple guys who can shoot the ball. In the 90s and especially in the 80s. In the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, there weren't multiple guys who could space the floor. That's what made the Phoenix Suns offense.
Okay, so let me cook you real quick. So the Lakers didn't have Brian Shaw, who was a great 3-point shooter. The Lakers didn't have the bondsman Robert Horry, who will bail you out as a post guy, who was a 3-point shooter, who hit the biggest, most pressurized shots in NBA history in the biggest moments. The Sacramento Kings didn't have big men who could shoot the ball by the name of Chris Webber, who could stretch you out almost anywhere on the court, pull that thing, shoot that thing, squeeze that thing, whatever he wanted to do. What about Karl Malone, the mailman, who constantly delivered in the mid-range and extended almost below the 3-point line? What about him? Also, let's keep going because I'm gonna keep cooking you because you easy work.
You're not cooking. You're not. You're missing the point. You're completely missing the point.
Why are you trying to jump in?
The reason why I'm trying to jump in because
go ahead.
I'm giving you names, sir. I'm giving you names in multiple teams, sir. Don't hate on me. I'm beautiful. Don't hate on me. I'm just giving you names. So let's keep going.
You're explaining why the best offenses had multiple floor space.
No.
That had more than one shooter.
I'm telling you again.
The reason they were the best offense because more space.
So the Spurs had multiple shooters on their teams all those years. They had multiple 3-point shooters to keep you on Tim Duncan's ass. Pause. That's a fact. Hold on. That's a fact. Don't say they didn't. They had Sean Elliott. They had all those other guys that was out there on the court that could help spread the floor too. Hold on, chill. So let's keep going. Let's go. What about the Phoenix Suns, chill? The Phoenix Suns had players, Dan Marley, all these dudes that would shoot the ball. Dan Marley shoot the ball from 30 back then. So let's stop lying. What about the point guard? He talking about, hold on. He talking about the point guards couldn't get off. We seen Tim Hardaway Jr. We seen the point guard for the Phoenix Suns. What was his name, Chilltown? Tell him what his name was, Chilltown. Kevin Johnson. Okay, let's keep going. Mahmoud Rauf. Let's keep going. Also, another guy who can shoot the threes and coming off the screens. I'm shooting threes like I'm Jalen Rosen, Indiana. Am I lying, Bob? Am I lying, Big Ox Bob? All these dudes is coming off, dropping it like it's hot. So what you're not going to do is you're not going to come in here and lie to people who didn't watch basketball. Also, let's talk about another guy who could come off screens and shoot a 3. Maybe he wasn't a great just individual shot creator, but he was coming off screens shooting 3. What about Derek Fisher?
Yo, Ron, Ron, please.
Chill. You wanted to make a point. I'm gonna get you to your point, and then we gonna get to the next super chat. Go ahead, Chill. What was the point you wanted to make?
The thing that we missing, more importantly, is the fact that Luka was a primary ball handler, and because Luka is a primary ball handler, you can't guard him like you guard Reggie Miller coming off the screens. You can't guard him like you guard Steve Kerr coming off the screens. And the reason why you can't guard him like that, because not only does he have the ball, not only can he stretch the defense, he can break your defense down. So the better defenders that you were talking about, sure, Ticket, I will give you that. But I'm imagining the other teams in the league. So I'm trying to imagine the Knicks trying to blitz Naz Muhammad with Luka. I'm trying to imagine the Milwaukee Bucks trying to blitz Danielle Marshall with Luka. That's not going to work, Ticket. He's going to destroy them. Not only can he shoot off the dribble, he can create for other guys shooting off the dribble. Those guys that you mentioned,
what are you talking about, blitz?
Curry, those guys. This is why Luka's.
They was playing man to man. Jeff Van Gundy teams play man to man.
So if they play man to man, so that's even worse. So that's even worse. If they playing man to man, Luka is frying Allen Houston. He is frying him.
How many? Let me ask you one question, Chill. Now, Chill. Let me ask you one question. Those Pat Riley teams, since you're talking about the Knicks at that era, how many guys were scoring 60, 70 on them, Shaq?
With the New York Knicks?
Yeah.
No, nobody.
No, I want Shaq. I want Shaq to answer too. Because you want me to shoot it? No. You want me to pass it? No. I want you to dunk it? Yeah, come on, Shaq. Dunk this one. How many guys were scoring 60 on them Pat Riley Knicks team, Shaq?
Pickett, why do we got to do this?
Come on, bro. Put you in the Jeopardy timetable. No, I'm asking because I'm making a point. My point is that what you can't come up here and do is lie. You can't recreate history, Shaq. You can't lie. You can fool these young people in the comment section, but you can't fool me because I saw it.
All right, y'all.
Yo, Steph shot 23 threes that game. Bro.
All right,
21 threes that game.
You don't want these problems.
Let's go. I want all them problems.
Your Highness Charles said, Ron.
When's the next card?
Well, hey, we can get it on. Hey, look, man, we can do it in front of. We can go out there and do it in front of Buckingham Palace.
Your Highness Charles said, Ron. Breaking news. Stop the presses. Ben Simmons is back tonight. Also, Chilltown. Your boy Brock Purdy cheated. All types of satanic rituals helped you pull out the game. Don't worry, them Swifties got y'all in 2 weeks.
Eat it, hater. Eat it. Eat it, hater. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, Ron, before you read in that super chat, and Mars said something stupid. You know what's stupid? What's stupid is we had to shut down Player's Choice for 3 weeks because Ticket came in here and kept it real about Jalen Brunson, but y'all won't come in here today and start the conversation off cooking on how Ticket was right about Jalen Brunson out here cooking. And Doug, you ran your mouth.
When he said he was in the top 15 point guard.
You ran your mouth, and you took
the
L talking about they was going to be
fighting. When Ticket said Jalen Brunson's not a top 15 point guard.
You ran. No. Time out. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say, hold on. I'm going to say it again.
We can get back to this.
I believe that. Hold on.
The super chats.
I believe that. Hold on. I believe that, Shaq. I believe that. But guess what we ain't gonna do? Dub, we're not gonna duck when we're wrong. When I told you that the New York Knicks was gonna serve the Miami Heat, you guys didn't come in here and give Jalen Brunson his credit for playing like a #1 guy, looking like a flat-out superstar, and looking like he can carry this Knicks team. To the
didn't you say he won the top 15 guard in the league?
Yeah.
No. I don't have to think he's a hold on, Chilton. Wait, Chilton. I don't have to think he's not a top 15 guard. I still said he was great. Hold on. I still said he was great because guess what, Chill? The other 15 guards I named, they all great. Jamal Murray, great. Steph Curry, great. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, great.
I'm in the matrix.
De'Aaron Fox, great. Every other point guard I named, he was great.
I'm in the.
So what are you talking? Great. Friday night at late.
Yo, your Highness Charles.
How y'all mad at me, Ron, when I'm telling the truth? All the other point guards I named was great. I act like I named Jabroni. I didn't name no Jabroni. I named all three guards.
Dude, sit here. Okay.
We got another $25 super chat, which means it's a transition from your Highness Charles. He said, we just have to admit the sports get better as we move into new eras. Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and Steve Young couldn't hold a candle to Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. The schemes, better athletes, are better talent, evolution.
Man, somebody get this low-budget James Dolan off the screen. That's insane.
That is
bro.
Nuts.
See, that's type of stuff I'm talking about. See, y'all don't respect the old school. And I don't even watch football at this point. But I know ain't too many guys messing with Joe Montana. So you can cut that out
Josh
right there.
Allen was not better than Joe Montana. He was not. Knock it off. I won't even address that. I'm already in the matrix as it is, so I'm good.
Hey, Shaq, when you about to do a playback?
Who, me? Shit. Probably it'll have to be a weekday, earlier game, because it'd be like 3, 4 in the morning when you guys be going.
Oh, for sure.
That'd be the only reason. I'm trying to do one, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry, you was getting to the super chats.
Play back a little later today. I mentioned it earlier, but once again, Mars and Jalen will be taking care of the Rockets and Lakers game. That's the first game of the day. And me and JD gonna have a watch party where we're gonna touch every single game of the night, address everything, jump back and forth from game to game. So y'all come join the party with us. Also, if you haven't liked the video yet, what is stopping you? It's over 2,000 people in here. We don't even have 300 likes. Can we get up to 600?
Y'all hate me, but them numbers is up. Them numbers up. We're ticking in here, Shaq. Shaq, them numbers is up, baby. We running numbers up, baby. We running numbers up, Shaq. Whenever you want it, Shaq. Whenever you want it. Whenever you want it, dog. Whenever you want it.
I just want to say what's up to my guy BP. That's all, man.
The great ones wait on you, Shaq. You talking about the next event? We can get it whenever you want to get it.
What's good, Pistol?
Yeah. Who you talking about, Pistol Pete?
Yes.
Nah, this Pistol greater than Pistol Pete. Drink More Water said Giannis is quietly averaging a career high in assists with 6.2 per game, averaging 8 assists in the month of January, 7.3 assists since December. What this season has allowed Giannis to take his playmaking to another level.
But drink more water. But you got guys like Shaq in here, fake Dr. J, that are coming here talking about Joel Embiid is the MVP and all this other baloney. No. The real MVPs are Shea and the Greek freak elite Giannis Antetokounmpo. These are facts.
How many assists does Embiid average, and how many more points does he average than Giannis?
Got a worse record.
That matters, but that matters though.
I think Embiid averages 6 assists, but the fact that
the pendulum swings, yeah.
The fact that Giannis has a guy who can stretch the defense in Damian Lillard, that opens up the offense for them even more. His ability to get downhill, his ability to look for open guys and hit open guys like he wasn't able to do last year, because Jrue Holiday wasn't able to knock down shots like that, like Damian Lillard is, from that distance to stretch the defense. So that leaves guys even more open, like Middleton, Malik Beasley. That leaves guys like that more open. And in transition too. So the fact that he's able to have that's what's enhanced his ability to assist. Now, they've sacrificed that for defense, but we'll see what happens later on in the season. You already know where I'm at with Milwaukee.
Chilltown, it appears that you are cooked right now, and you said the wrong thing earlier in the show, and it's not from anybody up here on the panel. It's from none other than Your Highness Charles. He said, "See, Chill fell right into my trap card because I addressed this boy. You see how ridiculous it sounds to say Josh Allen is better than Joe Montana? But y'all can disrespect Bean and Jordan's era, though, right? Y'all hate them.
There we go. Got him. I told you, people got my back, Chilltown. People got my back.
Stop right there.
Got my back. And Shaq, right running the money up too. They got my back, dog.
Who's like disrespecting Bean and Jordan's era? Nobody. I'm not disrespecting Bean and Jordan's era. I grew up in that era, so that doesn't make any sense for me to disrespect that era. That doesn't make any sense. So you hear that? You hear that clink? That's that ladder of me. That's that ladder of me kicking that ladder out of the way of the trap you made. Get out of here.
Your Highness, you thought you had him. You didn't really have him.
No, you didn't.
Dirt TV said, "Ticket, you still think Cam Thomas can be the best scorer in the league?" Not trying to be funny. I really want to hear what you think.
Yes.
Not Ken. No, not Ken B. Not Ken B. V, but he is the best scorer in the game.
Yeah, hold on. He is. Hold on. It ain't my fault he got the worst coach in the league. They need to fire that coach already. Now, he needs to be the coach that get fired. He needs to be the coach that gets fired. And I'm telling y'all what they doing with Cam Thomas. They doing it to Cam Thomas because of the simple fact you can leave, Shaq. Don't mean nothing. I see you. I'll catch you in traffic. It don't matter. But like I said before,
Palace ticket.
I catch him in traffic. You know what I'm saying? Right out there in Greece in front of the little artifacts, whatever it is. But like I said to you, again, bro, his coach, Chilltown, is the worst coach. He's one of the worst coaches in the NBA, bro.
Ticket. I have to say this because it's just certain things I can't let slide. I don't care if Mike D'Antoni is coaching that boy.
Don't say
he's
that.
Not even a top
Mike
10
D'Antoni's
scorer
coaching him. He's averaging 35.
He's not a top
Cam Thomas.
He's not a top 10 scorer in the league.
If Mike D'Antoni made guys like Chris Duhon scores, the hell you think he's gonna do to a guy like Cam Thomas who scored?
I don't care if the great Socrates is down here drawing up plays and schemes for Cam Thomas.
What did Mike D'Antoni do to Joe Johnson?
He's not even a top 10 scorer in the league.
What did Mike D'Antoni? Hold on. That's because he got hurt. His coach benched him out of the blue. That's not because he just wasn't getting buckets. That's because of the different things that was going on. He was averaging 26. He got hurt, came back. His coach put him on the bench. and now he's been playing with his minutes, and the coach been losing all these games instead of letting the boy rock out. They don't want to pay him, Ron. That's why they do that, to cut your average, so they don't have to pay you the money that they would have to pay you at this point.
That's some bullshit too.
No, it's not. Hold on, I've had guys in the NBA.
No, I don't know, Ticket. I don't mean you wrong. I mean that's foul, yo.
Yeah, it is foul, Chill Town, but that's what they do. If the NBA is a Chill Town, you know the NBA is a business, so that's what they do. Players have said that the ownership has said, "Hey, man, don't play him tonight. Don't play him too many minutes, bro. We can't, because you don't want to go into a bidding order."
He's close to his 3-point average, and he's close to that bonus. So we got to make sure that we keep him away from that.
Right,
because it's an extra 500,000 and stuff like that. Yeah, that's going on. That's whack though. It is. It's super whack. 100% it is. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm glad he disappeared. Go ahead, Bob. Take over. He tried to knock
you
out.
I don't got the controls. Go ahead, Mark.
You the king now, bro.
Just like that, man.
I don't got the controls.
We got a gang of other super chats. I'm gonna start from the top, and we're gonna get into it. Big 41 said Luka playing 45 minutes a night through injury, and Kyrie missed over half the season. It's like Porzingis all over again. Year 6 of Luka and still no roster. Tim Hardaway, haram ball in 2024. Mark Cuban is a terrorist. Mars, how do you feel about this?
Well, Kyrie being hurt?
Just Luka's year 6 situation. Do you think Dallas is the place for him long term, or does he need to? You think it's going to be a separation eventually?
I wouldn't stay, but I don't know what more Dallas is meant to do. I mean, if he didn't pay Kyrie, people would have complained that he wasn't serious about giving Luka a second option. He pays Kyrie and Kyrie's hurt. I don't know what you want Mark Cuban to do about that. And then the rest of the roster, I mean, if you want Luka to have the ball in his hands, you have to have people who are willing to play without the basketball. So you get Grant Williams, Tim Hardaway Jr., bigs who are lob threats like Derek Lively. Well, I don't know what more you wanted him to do. Like, if Dallas fans can tell me what Mark Cuban was meant to bring in realistically, don't just tell me he's meant to go get KD or something. But like, realistically, what was he meant to get?
Mars, I think they're going to end up doing. I think that you heard about the DeJounte Murray thing falling through. I think the Lakers going to end up going to get Kyrie. I think that the Mavs. I'm disappointed in Kyrie, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I told Chill that the other day and Bob that. Like, Kyrie missing all these games, bro. It's just, bro. After a while, bro, it gets disappointing, bro.
So why would the Lakers get him then?
Because LeBron James willing to risk it all for Kyrie. Because he knows that if he gets Kyrie in the playoffs, what Kyrie can do. But if you're the Mavs, you can't really afford that, Bob. You feel what I'm saying?
What type of injury does Kyrie got right now?
Man got a different injury every game.
Thumb, I believe. Thumb.
It's thumb?
I think so.
Oh yeah. Bron, go do that.
They did the same thing with when they was building that unit around Dirk. They did the exact same thing. What they're doing with Luka, they did the same thing with Dirk. They let Steve Nash walk out the front door for nothing. And they were building guys, they were building around guys, they were building around Dirk Nowitzki. They were building guys around Dirk Nowitzki who did not need the basketball as much. So guys like Jason Terry and Josh Howard, guys like that. And he was getting them deep into the playoffs. They're doing the same thing with Luka. Shooters, because the game's more wide open today. Guys who can shoot the basketball. Luka's creating for those guys and getting those guys more involved. It's just that today, winning is even more prevalent now than what it was back then. Like, we was talking about winning in 2005 and 2003, but today, when you get these guys like Kevin Durant that jump on a crew in Phoenix, when you get James Harden who jumps on a crew in Philadelphia, now winning is now. Now winning is you have to do it. If you don't do it, it's a failure, complete and utter failure.
Do you think they could have won it? Do y'all think they could have won a chip, Bob, if they would have kept Jalen Brunson?
No.
Dallas?
Yeah.
I think they would have been better, to be honest with you. I do think.
No, I'm saying, but do you think they could have won it? I mean, how much better? They went to the conference finals.
Right. Winning the NBA championship is tough, Ticket. So I think that they could have had a shot. I think they would have had a better shot at winning. I don't think they would have beat the Warriors, though. I don't.
No. So hold on. Y'all think they could have got to the finals at least with Jalen Brunson?
Well, they got to the West Finals. So
Jalen not going to produce like this.
Yeah, every team that they played, even that year and even in this year, it's going to be an uphill battle. They can't just continue. They're not going to do what Dirk did back in 2011. But even then, Dirk's team was still that team was still a great team. Luka doesn't have all those vets. They don't have players that can move the ball, knock down shots on their own. And if Luka has an off night, pick up the slack. It's just I don't think they're built to beat the Nuggets, then turn around and beat even the Lakers, then turn around and beat the Clippers, then even beat the Suns. Like a culmination of all three of those teams, I don't see it happening. Maybe one series they can pull off an upset, but doing it 3 times, it's just they're not.
Do y'all think Jalen Brunson is better than Kyrie Irving?
I don't think that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nah, but
what about you, Mars? What you think, Mars?
I'm glad you said Bob. I'm glad you said that. I will say this to you, Bob. I think he's a better leader than Kyrie.
I think he fits next to
better player and better fit are two different things.
No. Chill town. We gotta be honest.
I'm just talking about better player.
Bob, Bob. We gotta be written on.
No, he's not better. He's not better than Kyrie. He's not better than Kyrie Irving.
I want y'all to think about where I'm coming from.
What I'm talking about.
Bob, sometimes that can make you a better player. Like, for example, depending on what Jalen Brunson does with this Knicks team, would that make him pass Kyrie in your eyes if he's a leader and can do this with that team?
He's not going to win the championship over there, so the answer is no.
And you also have to at least match what the other guy does. And that what I mean when I say that is you can't just be a great leader, right? You can't just be a great leader and you're not producing anything, right? So, Mark Aguirre, when he got on the Detroit Pistons, Adrian Dantley was a better player than him. He was a better fit for the Pistons. With him being a better fit for the Pistons, he still was producing. And then when he went to the bench and became a rotation player, he was one of the best rotation players in the game. So he was still producing, doing that. So for a guy like Jalen Brunson, I mean, I don't think he's a better player than Kyrie Irving, but in terms of leadership, what are we predicating that on? Is it his availability, him not being disruptive? What are we talking about when we talking about Jalen Brunson?
No, we're talking about everything. Mars, we're talking about the leadership. We're talking about his ability to take over games. We're talking about his ability to change the culture of a franchise, help change the culture of a franchise, along with the big fella. We talking about all of these things. Like the Knicks right now, the way they're playing. Remember, everybody said they wouldn't beat no teams. They're coming out here cracking everybody now, Chilltown. So they beat both the teams that was in the NBA Finals. They smoked both of those teams back to back. Both the teams that was just in the finals. After everybody said, "Oh, they ain't beat nobody," and they come out second half of the season stepping on dudes. They look locked in as a team. Jalen Brunson looks like a superstar of a leader. He looks this Jalen Brunson this year. I love Kyrie, bro. He looks better than any year Kyrie Irving was in leadership of any team, meaning the Boston teams and the teams that he had with the Cavs before LeBron came. We've graded Kyrie based off the fact that he won with LeBron James, but Jalen Brunson has been more reliable. He's been more durable.
Right.
He's had better playoff peaking as far as his play. He averaged 30 in the playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken. Depending on what he does this year, does he up that ante? Does he get to the Eastern Conference Finals? Is he averaging 30 doing it? Because remember, Kyrie never did that. Kyrie was always a beneficiary of having a great guy like LeBron James and other guys beside him. And a lot of times he was hurt. Right. This dude is going through the whole grind.
Okay, so rewind ticket. The most available Kyrie Irving was when he played with James. And that was years ago. Those were the most games that he played in his career when he played with James. That's number one. Number two, he did benefit from playing with James. Now, I think comparing Jalen Brunson in what is Jalen Brunson in year 6 right now, as opposed to Kyrie Irving, who's in year 13? He showed up in 2011. I don't think that we compare.
Any time Kyrie could do Mars. Think about this. Do y'all think at any time Kyrie could do right now what Jalen Brunson's doing with the Knicks? I'm talking about as far as everything across the board, leadership, winning, all that stuff.
Being the number one.
Being the number one. I ain't never seen him do it. I ain't gonna lie. I love Kyrie. He's one of my favorite players.
Boston were the 1 seed before he got hurt.
You said what?
Boston was the 1 seed.
Yeah,
but he also had better all-around talent. Remember, that team still went to the conference finals without him.
Right.
So we talking about the Knicks team and the team that you always call Julius Randle perennial choker in the playoffs. So we talking about this team. I'm talking about, do you think Kyrie could pull off what you're seeing Jalen Brunson doing in real time?
Well, first of all, Ticket, that Knicks team is built around their skill set. Just like that Cleveland team when he was in Cleveland with James was built around that. And when he got to Boston, I mean, don't get me wrong. He was on a team with really good talent.
No, but I'm talking about without that. I'm talking about without that. Because think Jalen Brunson showed us early in his career. I think Bob talked about this, but he showed us early in his career. Even when Luka was out, this dude won 2 playoff games.
He did. Yes, he did.
So do you think Kyrie was doing that if LeBron James was out? You think Kyrie Irving is going to give you 2 playoff games in a row if LeBron James is out and he has to lead the team?
Well, we didn't see him do it. We didn't see him do it.
Hold on, but I'm asking you, don't think he can do it. I don't think Mars thinks he can do that.
Didn't Kyrie just go crazy when Luka was out and had back-to-back 40-point games?
Bro,
and
I'm talking about in the playoffs,
3 games. The 3 games.
No, but that was with LeBron James.
He's talking about young Kyrie.
I'm talking about with LeBron James, Ron. That's with LeBron James. I'm saying, do y'all think he can do? We saw Luka hold it down because if Brunson. If Brunson don't win those games, they might not win that series. Brunson won 2 games without Luka. Do y'all think that Kyrie could do that without LeBron? Listen, I love Kyrie.
Yes, I do.
I don't think he do that.
I do. Yes, I do. I think Kyrie clears Jalen Brunson at every step of at every single step of their careers from beginning to end. Kyrie Irving clears Jalen Brunson.
The only thing I think Kyrie Irving is in the moment he showed me he was clutcher. Other than that, I think Jalen Brunson, bro, and Mars. I don't know how you feel about this, bro.
I don't think you have any real reason to believe this.
I do. I'm watching Jalen Brunson do what I didn't see Kyrie Irving do in real time, which is be more consistent, be more healthy, and be there in the time.
That's because when Kyrie got to the league that could still play defense.
No, but he was getting hurt. Is what I'm saying. He was only playing 20-something, 30-something, 20, 25, 26 games. He was hurt most of the season.
But for real. I just think Kyrie is just better.
So you think that Kyrie Irving with the cast for LeBron came? Or let's say
I do.
You think he could do what Luke? I mean, what Jalen Brunson's doing?
Well, wait a minute. Yeah. We're not talking like Jalen Brunson jumped on a crew that was that was a playoff team that he jumped on.
They missed the playoffs.
Okay, they made the playoffs the year before he got there, so that's not true.
No, I'm saying, but they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, they did, but there was a playoff team when I don't think that
they were a playoff team in 21, and then they missed it in 22, and then they made it again last year.
Right?
So Jalen Brunson? How long Jalen Brunson been there?
2 years.
He was only there.
Right.
This is his 2nd year.
So he wasn't there the year that they lost to Atlanta. So they was a playoff team.
No.
Right. So he wasn't there when they lost to Atlanta. They were a playoff team when they lost to Atlanta. So when Jalen Brunson gets on that crew, it's not like that crew is whack. And not only that.
Well, Mars said it was whack because of their leader. Mars said they was. Hold on. If you ask Mars, there's a difference Mars said it was whack and they lost because of Julius Randle.
No, there's a difference between your best player playing bad and the crew being whack. That team wasn't whack. No, your best player just played bad. That's really all that was.
So then that's my point. Jalen Brunson comes in, and now look at the team.
There's no way that you serious about Kyrie versus Jalen Brunson, bro.
I am, bro. I got to be honest with you. I love the Jalen Brunson. Not only that, I love his intangibles too, bro. I love the fact that he's played. I love the fact
not over Kyrie Irving, because I've seen Kyrie Irving do it in the postseason. I've seen him
with LeBron James.
So what? He still did it. That's just because I'm in the postseason. Well, I can say the same thing about Jalen Brunson. He did it in the postseason with Luka.
No, he did it without Luka. Luka was hurt.
He played 2 games. He played 2 games without Luka. Yes, he did.
And won 2 playoff games. That was tough.
2 games. Right. So. And Kyrie Irving played with James, and just because you play 2 games, that doesn't put you ahead of a guy.
That changed the series.
No, it doesn't.
If he loses those 2 games, the series is over with.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that.
So they go down 0-3, and you don't think the series is over with by the time Luka comes back?
Did we not see the Utah Jazz be up 3-1 and give the series up? Did we not see that ticket?
Man,
did we not see that same Jazz team? By the way, we've seen them do that. So if they go up 2-0. So if they go up 2-0, just because Jalen Brunson didn't rock, if they go down 2-0, that means that the series is over. We saw the Utah Jazz give up a 3-1 lead. We saw that. So no, that series is not over.
Let me ask y'all this last question. If Jalen Brunson takes his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, is that more impressive than anything Kyrie Irving did on his own?
No.
On his own, yeah.
No. On his own, yeah. Bro, this is hate.
Oh, on his own? Is that what you just said, Ticket? I'm sorry, Ticket. Wait, Ticket. Did you say on his own? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm talking about the years in Cleveland for LeBron came in the years in Boston when he was a leader.
Right. I just think that's unfair, man, because this team that he had, because the team that Jalen Brunson has, the team that he's on right now, he's got some damn good players. Now, Kyrie Irving, don't get me wrong. Kyrie Irving, when he was in Boston in 19, when they lost to Milwaukee, garbage. 100%. Straight trash, what they did in the first round. But in 20, when he got hurt, nothing. In 21, he got hurt again. And I think they got swept in 22, but he wasn't on his own. When was he on his own? That 1 year in 19, when he actually played the whole season? That's the only. I think that's the only thing that you're giving. That's the only thing that you're giving.
No, I'm telling you that part of it
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving isn't a number one, right? Kyrie Irving is not a number one.
No, I'm saying right. Jalen Brunson. Hold on. But Jalen Brunson is. This team is the Eastern. Come on, this team.
You don't know that. We don't know that.
We do know he's not.
Let me ask you a question.
We don't know that.
Chilton, if you're in the Final Four, you're a championship contender, right?
Say that one more time.
If you're in the Final Four, you're a championship contender, right? Like the last 4 teams standing are championship contenders.
So if you're in the Western Conference Championship, you're in the Eastern Conference Championship. You are a contender.
So if Jalen Brunson gets his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, which I think he will do this year,
right?
And him leading, he's going to be the leader. How y'all gonna sit in here and say that that's not?
So you're hypothetical. You're praising hypothetical losing.
I'm praising what I'm saying right now,
just to big up Jalen Brunson, because this ain't even happened yet, and you're praising hypothetical losing. Hypothetically, if he loses in the Eastern Conference Finals, so you're praising hypothetical losing.
Oh, okay, Mars.
Just to catch for Jalen Brunson.
Mars, do you think
is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing right now, Tiki?
I'm about to tell you right now, Mars. Do you think that Jalen Brunson led Knicks? Do you think that Jalen Brunson led Knicks lose to Miami in the playoff series right now, Mars?
Hypothetical losing you're praising right now.
No, I'm asking Mars a question. I'm asking him a serious question.
This is despicable. I can't believe you.
Based off your analysis, do you think a Jalen Brunson led Knicks?
You're past your stat pattern right now.
No, I'm not. Hold on. I'm telling the truth.
Your stat pattern right now. Come on.
Wait. Ticket, ask that question again. Does Jalen Brunson what?
I asked him, does what you see right now from Jalen Brunson, if old boy's healthy, do that Knicks team right now, you think they beat Miami in the playoffs?
Do the Heat have playoff top 5 player in the NBA, Jimmy Butler?
What do you mean?
Do they have top 5 NBA player Jimmy Butler
healthy.
in the playoffs?
No, I'm saying Jimmy Butler's healthy, he's playing, but y'all the ones that have always shot him down.
I'm asking you because this is your hypothetical. So in your hypothetical,
yeah. But I'm saying that. But
that's a yes or no question.
Brunson, come on. No. I'm not going against what he's saying. I'm saying that Brunson is playing at that level too.
Okay, so in the hypothetical, they have playoff Jimmy Butler. Yeah, give me Miami.
In a 7-game series right now over the Knicks.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's made 3 finals in 4 years. I think he can beat the Knicks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I got a super chat from Dirt TV. $25 super chat. He said, Mars, can you walk back your optimism on Jalen Green? He's not that good, bro. And chill. Same goes to you and Tatum. Are you guys gonna walk back anything?
I'm not. No.
Mars got exposed, and he need to stand on that. He been sitting over here riding a little Jalen Green train wagon all this time, and I told him that boy wasn't as good as he thought he was, that his average was going to be the same or less this year, messing with Ime, because Ime was actually a real coach, and he was going to come in there and break that boy down. That boy had been broken down. He don't got the girl pregnant now, and now what he going to do? Paint his fingernails, paint his toenails. The boy is done. I don't know why you follow the dude, Mark. You need to get off the Jalen Green bandwagon while you can, dog.
It's done.
Okay.
He needs to give it. All right. Teflon Gunsmoke said, did y'all talk about the fake ass super team in Boston? I watched Al Horford and Derek White combined for 2 more points than me.
Yeah, when I say it, Chilltown get mad.
0 points. 05. Not just so of the 5 starters, Derek White, and Al Horford, and Jalen Brunson. I think they combined. They went 2 for 23. For both
Jalen
of those
Brown.
guys.
You still think they're going to win the chip, Chilltown?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Ron.
Absolutely, I do. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. They were terrible, and I think one ass whooping deserves another. Because last I checked, they went to Los Angeles about a month ago and beat them by 40.
You're delusional, brother.
They went out there and they beat them by 40. So I actually watched that, and I watched Jason Tatum go 30 and 8.
I know what you have done. You have transitioned from LeBron to Jason Tatum, bro.
This is with Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden on the floor. So those dudes is on the floor. They got blown out. They got straight blown out. So that happened.
Okay, buddy.
I got a super chat from Skip Payless. Skip Payless said, so by tickets logic, Trae Young is the number 1 on the championship contending team.
He was that year. That year they win the Eastern Conference Finals. That year he was.
I don't think that's ridiculous that Trae Young was the leader on that championship contending team that went to the Eastern Conference Championship. I don't think that's ridiculous.
Ball Talk said, can we talk about OKC and Indiana shooting 50% from the field as teams? That is absurd efficiency.
No defense.
0. Can't stop nobody. Can't stop nobody.
And that goes for the whole league?
Yeah, we've been saying that. What you think I've been here cooking y'all for an hour and a half?
All right. Purple Political Breakdown said, can we recognize Luka's playmaking plus his versatile offensive skill set makes him one of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen?
I don't think anybody denies that. He's awesome as an offensive player. Sure. I can get with that. Yeah.
Big Fan Breezy said, make your next choice your best choice. That's merch, ? Let's do business. From now on, Cam Thomas on MVP mode, Nets play-in/playoff team, MB elite off ball.
No.
Who was MB?
Mikal
Bridges.
Oh, okay.
No. Nets in the lottery. Ben Simmons going to come back and ruin the team.
Player's Choice Dave decided to give 10 Player's Choice memberships. Shout out to everybody that got that membership. If you did get that membership, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you like the video, whether you got the membership or you didn't. Let's get the likes up. Appreciate everybody. He also followed with, and this is Player's Choice Dave, a super chat, and he just said simply, cook, chill.
Cook what? He ain't cooking nothing. Y'all capping for this dude.
Cook you. That's what I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Frying you.
You cook Mars. You ain't cook me.
Frying you on a regular.
You cook Mars. You
Fry
cook
your
Mars
ass like fish.
You cook Mars.
That's what I'm doing.
Almighty Lamborghini sent through the super chat and said, Bron averaged 31 against these same defenders, and you claim Shea better than him. Imagine what Luka would do. Laughing my ass off.
What same defenders he talking about?
The 2000s defenders.
He ain't averaged no 31 against no Tony Allen, man. Go look it up.
2006, LeBron James averaged 31 a game.
Against who?
The NBA.
No. I said against Tony Allen.
Okay, and the point that was being made was that in the 2000s, not every team had these elite defenders, and that's why players would still average 30, and you argued against it. That's why that's
no. LeBron averaged 30. How many guys averaged 30 back then? Like 2?
Yeah, Kobe, LeBron.
Yeah, it's like 2
maybe
guys.
AI.
Like, right.
AI for sure.
And LeBron is 6'9",
270
pounds.
Not in 2006, but just in that era.
Oh, sure.
LeBron is 6'9". LeBron is an anomaly. He's 6'9", 260, bro. That's something different coming at you. They ain't Luka, who's just a little fat, pudgy, little chunky, little. Know what I'm saying? That's different. That's a freight train coming at you versus a choo-choo truck.
Choo-choo truck.
All right. Tay Peso Gaming said, no. F that. Did that man let the word Raja Bell lock up and KD in the same sentence?
No, you liar.
Also, what up, OG Chill?
No, I didn't. You're a liar. I said Tony Allen, fool. Now, see, this is what happens when y'all lie and put words in my mouth.
Honorable sent through a super chat and said, in today's game, Luka not doing that against J-Mac, Vandal, OG, Bam, Scotty Barnes, Wiggins, etc. It goes both ways.
False. Luka cooking all them dudes. All them dudes you just named getting cooked 3 the hard way.
The Android Andra 15789 sent through a super chat and said, Kyrie's about to miss his 20th game. Mavs Porzingis 2.0. Hashtag free fatty77.
Yeah, they got to trade Kyrie, bro.
That was my next question. How much longer does Dallas hold on Kyrie Irving?
Trade deadline.
I mean, they just signed him to an extension last season.
The Lakers are gonna make a move for him. Watch. They're gonna give up D'Lo.
They literally just signed him to an extension.
They're gonna get good pieces from the Lakers though. Like if they can get Hachimura, D'Lo, I like D'Lo beside
I like that too. I would rather have Rui and D'Lo than Kyrie.
I like Rui. I like Rui in Dallas.
But hey, Bob, trying to tell you, Bob, Rui and Dallas gonna help big time. That's gonna help his career too.
I like
and D'Lo. D'Lo will play well off of Luka. I think D'Lo is that type of guy who can play well off Luka.
MP13 sent through his daily super chat and he said, "Do the Celtics usually shoot that many threes? ? Because if that Clippers game was a microcosm of their offense, it's fraudulent when it comes to playoff time. It was sickening watching those threes they chucked up.
They literally just did it against Miami and cracked all of them. So that's who they are. I think if they don't lead the league in attempts, they're definitely in the top 5.
They do. I think they lead. But that's why I told you, chill. They're not going to win. They live and die off the 3. That's it. They're not going to win a championship like that, bro.
On to the next. Andra, the android, sent through another super chat, said, Luka said Brunson was one of the leaders. Mavs should have been more patient with the Luka, KP, Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith core and built around them. And I agree. I think they
KP wanted out, so you wasn't going to be patient with that. But let me take my bow, and I'm going to let the other guys be dominant. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Appreciate all y'all. And Shaq, you fake Kareem, you fake Dr. J / Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Bro, I cooked you so bad. I hope they put that on the shorts, boy.
See you tomorrow.
Right, Ticket.
Bring it.
We're going to holler at you soon.
Bring it. Yes, sir. Bring it.
Right now is the perfect time to go ahead and dive into what's going on around the league. Let's take a look at some of these standings, and let's take a look at some games that happened from the last weekend. And then I want to hear from you guys. What was your biggest takeaway from the week? What was most glaring from you, or what stood out over the weekend? As for standings, as of right now in the association, let's zoom in a little bit. In the Western Conference, we got OKC and the Timberwolves tied at 32-14. OKC gets the 1 seed because they have the tiebreaker. The Clippers have moved up to number 3, and they are right on the heels of Minnesota and the Timberwolves. Hey, how are we feeling if the Clippers overtake the number 1 seed?
It makes sense, bro. It makes sense.
The biggest thing with the Clippers is health. That's it. Health and the fact that Kawhi Leonard is playing.
Yo, Damo, you see this?
All the rest of them better.
You see the Clippers is ready to be the best team in LA? I mean, the best team in the league?
They've had multiple times over the last 10 years to be the best team in LA and still haven't done it. I don't believe in the Clippers, bro. You're not gonna get me. I'm sorry.
You ain't buying it, Damo? You not?
I'm
Here
not
goes some money.
buying it, man.
Here goes some bread. Here goes some bread, Damo.
Not buying it at all. And just let me say, I'm sorry. I was, for the first time, I really listened to the entire show before I got here.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care what world we're in. If J-Mac is getting cooked by Luka, Raja Bell is breakfast. He's dog food. He's lunch meat. What? If the elite defenders today can't guard Luka, he's still getting 7 on the elite defenders. Raja Bell is cooked. I tried to put that out.
Frying him.
What does that mean about Raja Bell? If y'all two could please clarify.
I don't know why his name was brought up in terms of anything. I don't know why we're talking about Raja Bell right now. This is crazy. I don't even know why Raja Bell's being a thought right now. Are we serious?
I know I was serious.
If J-Mac's not doing it, Raja Bell damn sure not doing it. Sorry.
I could only speak for myself, and I know I was being serious for sure. Now, once again, like I said, I didn't say Raja I like Luka. I said Luka still get his, but it's just it's a different level of defense.
Raja Bell's getting torched, but I do want to say, there's no way Luka's dropping 70 back then. Same thing with Embiid. I will say that I am on that party. If you're dropping them back then to play ball, even if they're going against the bums, just the style of play that was back then, I don't think they're getting 70. 50? Yeah.
You don't think Luka maybe has 70 against that Toronto Raptors team?
Maybe the worst team in the league. I'm about to say maybe the worst team in the league, sure, but he's doing that now. But in terms of naming the elites back then, yeah, Embiid and Luka, they're not dropping 70 back then.
This is my thing though. And it's like you play 81 games, right? On any given night, you can get hot. But in the midst of those 81 games, it's going to be about 20 games where you play against teams that really just, it's nothing they can do with you. So you got 20 games in the season to really get hot, are feeling it, and let the game even be close. It's like you go and play 40 minutes. All the great scorers have an opportunity to really, go crazy. I don't think 60's out of the realm of possibility for Luka to do that against the Raptors team or who was a bad Clippers team in the late 2000s. I don't think that's crazy to say.
Luka is frying Corey Maggette. He is destroying him.
You said Richard Jefferson and I spit out my cereal.
He was destroying Richard Jefferson. What are we talking
Yo, Damo,
about?
what kind of cereal was you eating?
Cocoa Puffs.
What are we talking about, yo?
Yep, Cocoa Puffs.
What's happening
James
right
B said Jalen Duren dropping 22, 20, and 6 on OKC in a win.
Shout out Big Duran.
No,
And by the way,
we need James Wiseman to play, man. We need James
Oklahoma
Wiseman.
City had their whole crew on the floor too. Their whole crew. They had everybody.
We need James Wiseman. James Wiseman would have had 30 and 30. That's what he would have done.
Back to the standings, y'all. Denver is number 4 right now. The Kings are at number 5, and the Suns are at number 6. We got the Pelicans at 7, Mavs at 8, Lakers at 9, and the Utah Jazz are at 10. The Lakers and the Jazz are tied at 10. And then the Rockets and the Warriors are at 11 and 12 on the outside looking in. How are we feeling about the Western Conference right now as stands?
The 10 playing teams are the teams that are going to be there at the end of the season.
The Golden State Warriors, presently constructed, are not a playoff team. They are not. I don't think that they're making the playoffs.
Do we see any shifts happening between, recently, or coming up soon? Do you see anything happening, maybe the Phoenix Suns get hot and they go on a crazy win streak? Is there anything that you guys?
I was going to say there's going to be a team between 4 through 10, in my opinion, that's going to get hot before the end of the season and try to carry some momentum into the playoffs. I don't know which team it is necessarily. I know what team I hope it is, but I don't know which team it'll be between that range. But one of them teams definitely for me is going to take fire and try to use some of that momentum.
That Denver team, I mean, they win the games that they should win. They beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. And don't get me wrong, Miles and I had this conversation on Saturday when we watched them. It turned out to be a much better game than what we thought it was going to be. We were not happy about that basically B team playing and no Joel Embiid, no Tobias Harris, no Maxey. We got a really good game out of those dudes. But with that being said, this Denver team is at the top of the Western Conference. They're half a game out of first place. They're a half a game out of first place, and I think that they're going to be at the top of the Western Conference by the end of the season. A 1-2. I don't think they're going to be lower than 3. I doubt very seriously that they'll be lower than 3. And I think Joker's going to win the league MVP.
You think Jokic is going to win the league MVP?
I do. I got him as the league MVP. Let me rephrase that, Ron. I got him as the league MVP. I think Joel Embiid is going to win it, but I think Joker is the league MVP.
Okay. Chad, I'm running a poll right now to ask, do you guys think Jokic can win the MVP trophy this year?
He definitely can. He definitely can. No, I see OKC slipping though.
You see OKC slipping?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this earlier. I said this for a while. I think they'll still make the playoffs, but they'll probably end up like 5, 6, 7 though.
One from 1 to almost 7 big odds. Wow, that's a huge dip.
That's only 5 games. It's it's a lot of basketball left to play.
It is. It is. But they do need to. That means that teams like Phoenix, who you were high on, that means that like your boys Sacramento, who those are your boys, that means that they got to go on a tear. Teams like that, New Orleans, and that means that Oklahoma City not go to pieces, but they got to fall off tremendously in order for them to drop out that top 6.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll say 4, 5, 6, 7. That could be 5 seed, and that's not really no big deal. That's still, they'll still be okay in the playoffs. I think in the West, the first round, it only really matters for OKC and Dallas. Like, other than that, all the other teams they can all beat each other. So I don't think position too much matters this year in the West.
I did not have Oklahoma City this good. I had them where Phoenix is, possibly where Sacramento is. That was as high as I had them. Where they are right now,
5, 6.
That's where I had Oklahoma City. I thought they were a bona fide playoff team. I did not have them at the top of the Western Conference. No, I didn't.
Can I ask y'all, when was the last time the West had this much parity? Because I think there's a lot of parity in the West.
In terms of what? Can you describe the parity?
In terms of, I guess I don't want to say, how open the West is. How many teams? I'm going to say, I feel like there's more than, realistically, there's more than probably 4 teams I can see coming out the West.
So if you go back to, when Dallas won it in 2011, it was Dallas, the Lakers. Oklahoma City wasn't there yet. San Antonio had gotten bounced. So that's 3 teams. And then in 12, San Antonio was still in the middle of it. Let's see, Dallas was the defending champs. And Oklahoma City, that's 3 teams. And then in 13, San Antonio, the Lakers were going the other way. Oklahoma City was still out, and the Warriors were starting to become something serious. Denver, they had made the playoffs, but nobody really thought that they could win it. And 14, San Antonio again. The Lakers were over at that point. Oklahoma City was there, and nobody thought that the Warriors could win it in 14. I know I didn't think that. In 15, when they actually won it, then you had San Antonio, who was right there. People talked a lot about the Clippers, but not really. And in 16, it was the Warriors and Oklahoma City. In 17, it was the Warriors and nobody else. Nobody else thought in the Western Conference that anybody else could win it in 17, even though San Antonio put up a damn good fight. In 18, same thing, the Warriors again. In 19, same logic. Even though Houston was good, even though I thought Houston was good, but it was the Warriors again. So when you talk about parity, at that time, realistically, Damo, if we're being honest, there was like maybe 2 or 3 teams in the Western Conference today. Could Oklahoma City really win the NBA championship?
No.
Okay, I think there's a difference between win and then get to the final. That's what I said. Coming out the West. I don't know about winning, but coming out the West, I can say that's probably more than 14. You can realistically say could come out the West this year, unless I'm wrong.
I want to ask everybody, and Damo, I want to start with you. What teams in the West do you realistically think can go to the championship? Realistically, not even win, just come out the West.
Just realistically come out the West.
Yeah,
right. No joke. I would say OKC, Minnesota. I would say Denver, Phoenix. That's 4. I would say
that's 5 actually.
That's 5? I think 5. Okay, that's 5.
Oklahoma City, Minnesota, Denver, Kings,
Phoenix.
And Phoenix.
Oh, I didn't say the Kings, but
I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. So that is 4. I'm sorry.
I think the Kings can do it. Now let me stop trolling. I actually do think I can see the Kings. No, I can see the Kings come out the West.
No, I thought you were saying trolling, like saying that they couldn't make it. Okay, I got you.
No. I can see the Kings. I can see the Kings coming out, Phoenix, and then call it bias, the Lakers, and that's it. Other than that,
that's 6 teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of teams.
Who do you got that you think can realistically come playoff time make a push through the whole Western Conference?
Wait, did I say the Clippers? If I didn't say the Clippers, add them too. Okay, so the Clippers too. That's 7.
The Nuggets and Clippers.
Really standing on business with the Clipper talk.
The Nuggets, Clippers, Suns, and Lakers.
Nuggets, Clippers, Suns, Lakers.
All right, that's 4.
Okay. Big Ox, who you got?
The Clippers, Suns, and Denver.
Just those 3?
I would like to say Minnesota.
Okay.
But I'm not going to.
All right.
I want to, but I'm not.
Nuggets, yeah. But Nuggets, Clippers, Suns.
All right, Nuggets, Clippers, Suns are on Ox list. Chill, talk to us.
Minnesota, Denver, Minnesota, in that order. Denver, Minnesota, the Clippers, the Lakers, Oklahoma City.
Okay. And so
in that order.
I got the Lakers on my list as well. So there's 3 of us up here that believe that the Lakers can get there, but that's contingent on a move, right? Or you guys think it's currently constructed?
Well, they got to the West Finals last year. Currently constructed.
I think they could do it as currently constructed. Yeah. I think it's the least likely, but I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I guess that was a bad take.
Even though Ron glitched out of here, I would say currently constructed. I don't think there's a need for a move. It's just need for chemistry, and guys just know their roles. That's all that needs to be done. But I don't think a move needs to happen for them to make it to the finals.
Did y'all see D-Lo against? I know me and Fluent watched it on playback. I don't know if y'all tapped in with us. We watched it on playback. The Warriors versus the Lakers game. It was a good game, with double overtime and whatnot. But D-Lo, he did come down and hit that 3 in transition. But those costly turnovers, D-Lo's been playing good, and it's been having people, even Lakers fans and everybody, kind of switching back like, oh, D-Lo, we should keep D-Lo, or he's building up his trade value. Had he not come down and hit that 3, he did. Now he came down to hit it, but if he doesn't come down and hit that 3 when he does,
trade him.
LA, he wouldn't be able to come outside. The turnovers he was throwing, I don't know. Y'all know I just don't believe in D'Lo. I like the rest of the squad though. I like Rui. I love what I've seen from Vando. What I saw from Vando against the Warriors is why I was trying to tell Lowe and Mars and somebody else last year, Vando can play. Because he's gonna speed up the game with those steals, playing defense. He's gonna speed up the game. He shouldn't be sitting on the bench. I don't care if he can't hit corner threes. What I see from Vando, Rui, Bron, and AD, I like that squad. But
what's this injury with AD? What is this injury that AD?
It looked like he just got hit in the jewels, really. Because at first it looked like his hit, but for him to be able to come back out there,
it was like that.
Sure.
It's been going on for a while during the season. I don't know what it is.
So it is his hip.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I originally thought that too, Ox. I thought it was just he got hit in the jewels, but
yeah,
it looked like it's something like either in the groin or somewhere like that. I don't know. Something's going on over there.
I don't know what it is, but I'm glad he's defeating these soft narratives. I don't know about anybody else, but as a Lakers fan, I can say I have noticed a bit of a decrease in the he's soft department. I will say I've noticed a decrease in that. Now people still question him as a player and his offense and all that, whatever. But the narrative of him being soft, he is killing that this year because I don't care what happened, how many times he hit the ground, hobble into the locker room. He is back on the court.
He got back out there for sure.
He gets back out there. He gets up. He'll grimace. He'll grimace his face. He'll wince in pain. He'll grab it. Whatever hurting him, he'll grab it. He's getting right back on the court and playing, man. I love it.
Do you know is he playing tonight? Because after seeing that, I'm thinking he probably gonna sit out tonight. So
man,
I took the Rockets. So
I'm about to say after last night, I think Bron and AD is sitting out. I'm not gonna
good.
I took
They're both questionable. I know that they're both questionable.
Yeah. So Anthony Davis is questionable, but it's not his hip or his groin or his jewels. It's his Achilles, is what they're saying.
Oh, so he's not playing. Yeah, he's not playing. Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah, so we'll have to see about that. Let me check LeBron too. LeBron is listed as questionable for Monday's game against the Rockets due to a left ankle injury.
What did he play? 47 minutes?
I seen last night he had something happen with his left leg or ankle. I'm guessing
last night or
you know what happened with his left ankle? You know what happened with his left ankle, Damo? He old. In the words of Chris Rock, when you 75, you 80 years old, you don't die of anything else but being old. You get hit by a car, you shouldn't have been crossing the street. You're too old. That's what's going on. LeBron James, he's running. Yo, I hurt my ankle because you old. That's why.
Nah, it was specifically when he tried to get that chase down block. That was a goal 10.
Right. He was running and he was running and he rolled his ankle because he old. That's why.
And this game was Saturday in a double overtime thriller between the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. This game went to double OT, and we've seen what we've been seeing over the last decade, and I guess even longer with LeBron. And also Steph Curry. They both went crazy. It was a game. Obviously, it went to double overtime, so it went down to the wire. They were trading bows. I want to hear from you guys, but I just want to give some stats on the game as well. Steph Curry had 46, 7 assists, went 9 for 21 from 3. He also played 43 minutes. Klay Thompson had 24 points. Didn't really shoot too well, but had 24 points. Draymond had 11 assists, 14 rebounds. Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga both started, and they both had 22 points. On the other end, LeBron James did what LeBron James does. He had 36 points, 20 rebounds, and 12 assists in 47 minutes. Anthony Davis contributed with 29 and 13. Had 4 blocks. He played 44 minutes as well. Austin Reeves had 17, and D'Angelo Russell continued his hot streak with 28 points and had a big-ass 3 at the end of the game. I'm talking about a big-ass 3. But I want to hear from you guys. How did you guys feel about this game?
21 threes, Ron.
That's a lot. Ox, I don't really like.
You asked me how I feel about this?
Ox, I'm not feeling.
You went 9 for 21, though. That's not.
I'm not feeling Rui leaving the Lakers to go to Dallas. They play a lot slower, and Rui's a transition guy. I think that'll screw him up, screw him up. So, as far as with the Lakers, Austin Reeves got to make open shots. He killing y'all. Austin Reeves has to make open shots. One of the main reasons why he's on the floor is to make open shots. One of the better ball handlers that they have, sure. One of the better shot creators that they have. But more importantly, he stretches the defense. And for him to go for him to miss 6 out of 7 long balls, 3 of them I saw were wide open. 3 of them were wide open. He's got to make open shots, man. He has to.
Dumb, I'm not gonna lie.
Everyone misses. I mean, it happens.
As much as y'all shopping D'Lo, Austin to be on the chop block too. I'm not saying I would trade him, but his name will be in a lot of discussions. Like, what you want, Austin? What you want to give us?
Yeah, and that's why you're a Seattle fan. No, we're not. No, as a Laker fan, I'm not gonna say I'm head of the committee, but I definitely am head of the AR-15 bandwagon train collective, whatever you want to call it. Nah, we're good.
He tried to sell y'all, Damo. He tried to sell.
Hey, what makes him so expendable though, or not so like not expendable?
It's not even the fact of that. It's not even the fact of that. The kid can hoop, and we love hoopers. It's as simple as that. The kid can hoop. We love hoopers, and if it comes down to D'Lo or him, who relatively play similar roles for us, and 2 guys I don't think need to be on the court at the same time, in my opinion, it should be one or the other type of system. Not one should be on over the other, but they typically do the same thing for us offensively, and they're put in the same situation offensively, playing with LeBron and AD. I don't think they need to share the court together. So I'm strapping to the belief one or the other, and I would rather keep Reeves and shop D'Lo because I think D'Lo's value is higher. He's getting paid more, so in terms of contractually, what you can get back kind of differentiates between the two. Does he get paid more? I don't want to be speaking out of turn. Does D'Lo not get paid more than Reeves? So contractually, you might have to get something better, get more back in return. Whatever it is, it just sets up a tad bit differently. And the guys we have to package with them to make a trade goes a little bit differently. And a bit of bias on it. The last time we let a token white boy out the door, we paid drastically for it. So I don't want to see it. You don't want it's PTSD as well. Yeah. On my behalf. For me, it's PTSD. I love Caruso. I died by Caruso. We let Caruso go. He gets even better. It looks like an all defensive player type of player. I do not want to see a world where Austin Reeves is on the role he is now. It looks this good with us. He goes somewhere else and turns into a damn all-star. I will be back. I'm putting holes in walls. So no, I don't care. I would rather have D'Lo go off and shine again. I've seen it before. I have coped with it. I'm okay with seeing D'Lo succeed somewhere else after leaving us. I don't want to see that with Reeves. I'm sorry. I just don't. And that game last night, I just real quick. That game last night, appreciate greatness while it's here. All I thought about watching those two playing at the end with LeBron with the salt and pepper in his beard and Curry just looking tired. And I'm like, man, I remember seeing guys like the Kobe's, the Paul Pierce, and the KGs when they retired. I was on the younger side of those guys' prime and things like that. So I didn't really see them in their heyday, but I still got to witness them. So when they left, it was like, damn, these guys is gone. That's crazy. But for guys like LeBron, man, it's different now because I watched all of Curry. I remember Curry and Davidson. I remember the Davidson run from day one to the ankle problem. And when people say problems, the real ankle problem in a year, the incredible game in the Garden, every step of the way, I was there watching. I've been watching LeBron my entire life, damn near, in terms of watching basketball. So it's crazy seeing these guys get to this point where it's like you can see the finish line. Like you can see like this is not about to be something that happens forever. This is coming towards the end of the ride with these two, in particular, two of the greatest players of this generation. This era. It's crazy.
And it still sucks too, even though you could see the finish line, you don't want them to go. You want them to hang around for as long as you possibly can get them to hang around. So I'm glad that you're seeing it, Damo, because essentially what's going on right now is what was going on when I was a kid. It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing.
Crazy thing though is I'm not mad at none of these guys. I don't feel like none of it, like KD, LeBron, Steph, even Chris Paul, those guys that were superstars. I mean, some of them still are, but I'm not mad at any of them. Like if they were just to retire today, if Steph was just to be like, yo, I'm done, like literally today, Steph's giving us more than we could have asked for. Right. LeBron, like he's giving us more than we could have asked for times 3. Yeah. KD even like, yo, you came off an Achilles injury and still gave us 4 elite seasons afterwards. Like these guys have put in 15 plus years and given us it really went to work all of those years, giving us crazy moments, crazy runs, crazy games, all of that.
So to your point, Dom, when you talk about you'd rather move D'Angelo Russell than Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell reminds me, and I had this conversation a couple of days ago. D'Angelo Russell reminds me of Lamar Odom in the sense that Lamar Odom was the guy that you trade to get the better player. That's who D'Angelo Russell is. You throw that guy in. So when you trade D'Angelo Russell, you're trading this guy, and D'Angelo Russell to get the better player. Because you're not getting that player if you just trade this guy and this guy. You throw D'Angelo Russell in the trade, and you're getting that better player. Now, as far as Austin Reeves, I can appreciate him being younger. He's just got to play better. And one of the main reasons why you on this crew is you got to make open shots. You have to. That's one of the main reasons why you're here. It's not because you're a lockdown defender. It's not because you're super nice with the pill. You definitely got to make open shots. And it looks to me like D'Angelo Russell does not want to leave Los Angeles. He actually wants to stay in Los Angeles. So the way he's playing right now, he's playing like, yo, y'all need to hold on to me. And if you don't hold on to me, you better be able to get somebody significantly better that does what I do, significantly. So I like what he's doing right now.
All right, let me I got a couple super chats, and then we're gonna take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as currently constructed. Big Don Rich said trade deadline in 10 days. Who y'all think will or should be moved? Trade Don Rich. We're gonna get to that tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be deep diving into the top 15 free agents right now, or not free agents, trade deadline targets right now, where they should go, and then we're gonna grade them as pieces and really dive into that, which teams should do what and all of that good stuff. So y'all stay tuned into that. Also, too, he did bring up a good point. The trade deadline's in 10 days, so we about to see some crazy fireworks over these next couple of days. Might happen tonight, might happen next week, but it's gonna be something. Winter said, can we talk about the Lakers-Warriors game? That was an amazing game. Also, can we talk about OKC losing to the Pistons and the Bucks versus the Nuggets?
Is Joker playing tonight?
I assume. I assume.
Yeah, I think that. I hope he's playing tonight.
It's Doc Rivers' first game.
Yes,
so.
it is.
Can I ask about that Laker Warrior game? Was that a travel on LeBron? That last play before the foul? Was that a travel? Because maybe I'm blind. I asked it on Twitter. I'm like, am I blind? Because I'm just not seeing it.
It's not travel. No.
They said and at first I'm thinking there's no way we're having a gather step conversation. But they're talking about when he caught the ball at the top of the 3-point line and set his feet. I'm like, where was the travel at? I don't heard people say his. Well, go ahead, Hawks.
It looked like he shuffled his feet a little bit, but they don't never call that though. Right.
Yes, they do. They just didn't call it on him right there. They call that.
Are we talking about on the drive or when he
on the drive?
Because on the drive he didn't travel. If you want to say when he caught
on the catch, on the catch.
I didn't look at that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't look at that, so I can't talk on that. On the drive, it was legal, but if he shuffled his feet on the catch.
If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, I'm not sure. Maybe I got to go look at it again. But from what I remember, I remember thinking about it. We were talking, me and Fluent. I believe we talked about that. He shuffled his feet a little bit. But...
Damo,
that's
man. They're not calling no travel on LeBron in the clutch, man. It's not happening. They don't call travels on LeBron as is. I know y'all have seen them videos where Bron would catch the ball in a fast break and take 5 Fred Flintstone steps.
Bron be getting out of there, bro.
Oh yeah, LeBron for sure be traveling, but
Bron get out of there.
Also, Winner wanted to talk about the OKC losing to the Pistons. Any thoughts or comments on this?
Jalen Duren. That's who I was watching. Straight kick, Chet and Jalen Williams' ass in the post. Yes, he did. Bullied them, clean glass, gave them work. And I don't even watch the Detroit Pistons like that. But when I saw that they lost, I had to actually go back and watch that game. Jalen Duren, he destroyed them in the post. Destroyed them. I was impressed.
He was healthy all year, man. Probably.
But they have to play James Wiseman because clearly that's why they've been losing. So
man, I should have listened to you, Damo, when I said I wasn't going to watch any more Pistons games.
I didn't. I did not.
I said I wasn't no more, and I'm not doing it. But
the only reason why I watched it because I saw that they beat Oklahoma City, and I'm thinking, did Oklahoma City sit some guys out? Did they not play any guy? And then I saw the stat line, and I'm like, wait a minute, everybody played. So I had to go back and watch that game. Yes, I did. And the idea, Shea didn't play in the fourth quarter. That's because they was down 15 going into the fourth quarter. That's why they had gotten their ass kicked. 100%.
Try telling you, the Pistons are better than the Wizards. They're better than them. They're not the worst
That
team.
record is deceiving, man. I said that earlier this year when they were doing it. That's the most fraudulent.
No, Damo, we're not doing that.
Team in the NBA.
No, Damo, we're not. Yo,
Chill down. I promise you, the Detroit Pistons is not, in terms of talent, they're not the worst team in the NBA. I'm sorry. They're just
the
not.
Wizards. The Wizards are the worst team, and I'm pretty close to saying Charlotte's the second worst team. I'm gonna be honest, but the Pistons aren't the worst team.
Give me the Wizards. If the NBA was to just do a gutter bowl, it was the top and the bottom 8 seeds, and them teams just happen to play each other in a 3-game series. Give me the Wizards, and definitely give me the Hornets over the Pistons. I got the Hornets fried.
The Blazers are bad too.
Definitely, Ron. Give you Charlotte. Definitely.
What are the 8 teams though? What are the 8 teams? I'm trying to think about it.
All right, hold on. So let's
8 non-playoff.
I'm gonna say the bottom 4 for each conference. So you're saying the top 8 worst teams in the league, right?
Well, the Warriors. The Warriors.
The bottom 4 in the West. So
the Warriors are the best.
It wouldn't be the bottom 4 though. It would be just in each conference. It would be the bottom 4 in general. So hold on, let me share this on the screen.
The bottom 4 in general: Detroit, Washington, San Antonio, and Charlotte. San Antonio wins.
I say yeah, San Antonio sadly. Yeah, they will.
San Antonio wins, and I'm certain they're playing Detroit in the finals.
Let's go ahead and dive into this good old gutter bowl. So we got
the bottom 8, right, Ron?
The bottom 8. So it would be
Brooklyn.
Toronto. Oh yeah, Brooklyn to be in there.
Oh,
so
we're doing the whole bottom 8. Oh, okay. So Brooklyn would play. Oh, well, Detroit would lose to Brooklyn. Oh, okay.
So they out in the first round. So Detroit.
Yeah. Okay. Who wins Memphis, Washington?
Memphis
easily wins.
Who wins San Antonio, Toronto?
Toronto.
You think so?
Yeah, and then Portland beat Charlotte.
So the top 4 just beat them. Okay, all right.
Well, yeah, but
what if we actually Mars had an actual play? What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? No, it doesn't work. Because I was thinking if you had the last 8 teams, it's like from Brooklyn down, to play for the number 1 pick. So the number 1 seed is Brooklyn. They play Detroit. Memphis plays Washington. Toronto plays San Antonio. The Trailblazers play. Oh my God, this would be awful.
That's a chop system. That's a chop system for a team that's in Detroit's situation. Imagine being the worst team in the league, and you have to play a team that essentially is a playing team for real, or right below a playing team for the number 1 pick. I mean, it'll eliminate taking. I'll give you that. It will eliminate taking. Ain't no losing on purpose.
All right, y'all. Back to it. Also, Winner asked about the Bucks and Nuggets game. We will be watching that game tonight on playback. If you do want to tap into that game, we got 20 free VIPs. If you don't have NBA League Pass, you can still come in and watch the game. If you do have NBA League Pass, well, come kick it with us, come chill with us, come watch the game with us. Moving along, no. What else we got? Leaf Diggy, the kid Leaf Diggy tapped in and said, only 3 70-point games plus only 70-point plus games came against teams over 500. Wilt had 2, and Booker was responsible for those. They all lost those games. But we have to admit the spacing and fighting over screens is different.
Yeah, 70 doesn't come against good teams very often.
Ball Talk just sent through a super chat and said, OKC needs more size in the front court, starting and backup. Jalen Williams is bad, and the rest of our front court is 6'5" wings, forced to scale up. Chet is the lone quote unquote big, and he's skinny.
That's why I don't think they can come out the West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely feel like they need to get rid of Josh Giddey and probably move J-Dub to the 3, Dort to the 2. Go get them an actual 4 or even a 5, and just put Chet at the 4. Bro, I don't care. Do something.
Is the time now for OKC, or does OKC have to rush in anything?
Nah, finish out this season playing how you're playing now. Go into the off season, get Josh Giddey out of there, and then reconstruct how you need to reconstruct.
Giggity.
All right, what we are gonna do is jumping to the Eastern Conference standings as currently constructed. Let's zoom in. All right, y'all. Eastern Conference. At the top, we got the Celtics at 35-11. Right behind them, the Bucks at 32-14. And right behind the Bucks at the 3 seed, we got the Philadelphia 76ers at 29-15. And the New York Knicks at 29-17. Then at 5 and 6, we got the Pacers. Or at 5, we got the Cavs. At 6, we got the Pacers. 7, we got the Heat and the Magic. Heat and Magic both have the same record at 24-22, but the Heat have the tiebreaker, so they are the 7th seed. The Magic's the 8th seed. The Bulls have the 9th seed at 22-25, and the Hawks have snuck into the play-in at 19-27.
And that's why the play-in needs to be abolished. The Hawks having a chance of being in the playoffs is why.
Out of here. That's not a playoff team, Ron. That is not a playoff team. 8 games under 500. Garbage. Trash.
So
are y'all upset that the Bulls have a chance to get into the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't. It should be the top 8. The only time I accept a play-in is if the 8 and 9 seed is like separated by 1 game. I would kind of accept it, and even then, no, you had 82 games, but I would kind of understand that. But allowing teams like the Hawks to have a chance is stupid. Now you're telling me the Hawks can just get hot for 2 games and then make the playoffs? That's stupid. That's dumb. They shouldn't have a chance. But I guess
8 games under 500. Garbage. Trash.
Do you guys want to talk about anything else in the Eastern Conference as right now?
This is why the regular season matters, yo. This is exactly why the regular season matters. So both Orlando and Miami are tied for the 7 and 8 seed. If we don't have the play-in, Orlando now has to go to Miami. If Orlando ends up playing Miami in the play-in tournament, Orlando, who was at one point the number 2 seed in the East, if they lose to Miami, they now have to play the 8-9 winner in order to get in the playoffs.
Orlando might not make it.
Think about that for a second.
Orlando might not make it.
Because Orlando and Atlanta have had some good games this season. So you're telling me if Orlando lose to Miami and they run up against the Hawks, and then they have another great game and the Hawks win, now Orlando isn't in the playoffs. It's stupid.
They don't got to worry about that though, Morris, because Miami's gonna throw that first game just so that they can get a chance to play Milwaukee. Oh wait, no, Milwaukee's the 2 seed. No, Milwaukee's the 2 seed. My bad. I'm
about to say they would have to win. They would have to win.
They're winning. They're winning. Never mind. When Milwaukee's the 1st seed, and they're gonna throw it so they can go play Milwaukee.
But yeah, I never liked the play-in, and I still don't like it. And this is stuff like this is why it's even worse. At least if the teams were good, I can understand it. But this is criminal.
We already have a play-in tournament. We're playing it right now. We already have a play-in tournament. We're playing it right now. As we speak.
There's only one thing I care about when it comes to these standings, and that's the fact that I need the Sixers to go up to that 2 seed so the Bucks can stay the 3 seed, and I need the Pacers to pick it up and meet a 5 seed. Wait, isn't that right? 3 and 5 play, 1, 8, 2, 7,
3 and 6 play, 3 and 6 play.
I need the Pacers to sit right there, and I need Philly to go up. That's all I ask. I just want that first round of Indiana versus Milwaukee basketball.
Y'all really believe in? Go ahead, Chill.
No, what you was about to say, Ron? Because I know where you're going with this. Go ahead, Ron.
Do y'all really, in your whole heart of hearts believe that the Indiana Pacers will beat the Milwaukee Bucks?
They looking at them like they.
And lunch. They got Pascal Siakam now too.
They're looking at Milwaukee like they lunch.
Ron, they was doing that. They was doing that pre-Pascal.
They looking at Milwaukee.
That was pre-Pascal. Now they got Pascal. Come on, bro. This is a serious team.
Lunch. They are.
As much
as Doc Rivers coaching?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, they really might be looking at them as lunch, huh?
Don't leave that part out, Mars.
As much as I like the Pacers,
don't forget.
And Hallie, I can't have them beat the Bucks. I can't have that happen.
He's looking at Dame Lillard like he a bucket of extra crispy. He's straight looking at he's looking at Dame like this dude ain't got nothing for me.
Yo, Damo, that'd be a great summer, Damo.
Oh my God, that would be a one. Listen, I don't care what happens for the rest of the playoffs. The Lakers could not even make. I don't care what happens. If Indiana beats Milwaukee in the first round as the underdog,
that'd be.
You might be unbearable. Damo, you might be unbearable.
There are so many things that can happen this year in the playoffs that'll make me unbearable this year.
That right there, Damo might be unbearable. Oh my god, especially if Tyrese Halliburton straight serves
dogs
Dame.
him. If he dogs Dame and Dame out here chucking 21 threes and only hitting 4 of them, oh yeah. And Giannis just out there playing like 6'11" Westbrook. Y'all can't tell me your bag's real with that.
Hey, Damo, look, it took Steph 21 threes the other night to make 9. So Dame said 9 threes. How many is it gonna take? 24 for Dame to make 9 threes? It's gonna be some ugly playoff basketball for Milwaukee. I hope you're ready for this.
I do want to put this back on the screen and ask you guys one more time, though. We asked this on the West. It's only right that we asked it on the Eastern Conference standings as currently constructed. What teams do you guys see either shooting up the rankings or what teams do you see plummeting?
I think it will stay.
Cleveland is a game and a half out the 3 spot, which is where I had them before the season started. And I think that they actually, no, they're not. Yeah, they're a game and a half out the 3 spot. This is where I had them before the season started. And I think they could get there. I'm interested to see how this dynamic works when Mobley and Darius come back. But I think they can get to that 3 spot. I do.
I think it will stay as is for the most part.
Yeah, outside of like minor swaps in the middle, in the in-between range, maybe Brooklyn goes on a run and them in Atlanta are fighting for the 10. Hear me out before you stretch your face up. Brooklyn and Atlanta might fight for that 10 seed. Might be a dog race for the 10 seed for the last playing spot. Other than that, not much is going to change.
Get Brooklyn on.
Brooklyn ain't winning another game for the rest of the season.
Oh, of course, for Mars.
Oh, you're bugging. What you call? Nah, you're bugging. Ben Simmons coming back, man.
Yeah, tonight. He gonna blow up the team. They playing Utah tonight. They're gonna lose by 60. And Ben Simmons just gonna keep making the team worse. They're gonna win 18 games. And Ben Simmons, that's not because I hate you. I just need the team to lose. I'm just playing out there, and I need these guys to lose.
Yo, I do think that it's going to be some action for that number 1 seed. I don't think Boston is going to continue to I do think they're gonna still be good, and I'm not saying that they're going to fall off, but I think they're going to lose a couple more games in the second half of the season than they did in the first half, which isn't saying too much. That still means they're playing excellent, but I do believe that the Bucks are going to continue along that same pace, and the Sixers too. And keep in mind they're only 3 and 5 games back, so I see them teams winning a little more. So I think it's going to be a push. More so for the 2nd and 3rd seed, and I'm including the Knicks in there too. It's gonna. I think that it's a race for the number 2 seed between the Knicks, the Sixers, and the Bucks. But amidst that, one of those 2 teams are going to compete for that 1st seed.
There's a difference between competing for it and actually getting it. Do you think that Milwaukee can surpass Boston and take over the number 1 seed?
Only being 3 games behind them, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Milwaukee has action at it.
DSG. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
DSG Piccolo said it's the 1st round. You know what Dame do in the 1st round. Unfortunately, he drops hard after the 1st round.
That doesn't mean he can't drop hard in the 1st round. We saw him drop hard in the 1st round. I saw Drew Holiday shut the door on him in the 1st round. I did see that. That's not something that can't happen with Dame. Absolutely, it can. Yes, it absolutely can.
Dame gonna prove that he is wrong.
And to do Greek Goat in the chat, you should not be talking about Jason Tatum cheesing up against Jimmy Butler after what Jimmy Butler did to your boys last year. You should not even say a word to me about Jason Tatum cheesing up against Jimmy Butler after he Michael Myers your boys last year in the playoffs. So you chill out, B. Please chill out.
We got a few new members. Shout out to Aiden.
Wait, Ron, do we say my bad? Go ahead, Ron. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, just shout out to Aiden or Don.
What up, Aiden? Hey, are we gonna say who we think's coming out the East? I mean, we did that in the West.
I mean, I think I would think it's for me. I mean, is it a 2 or 3? I mean, I guess we would have to say 3-team race. I'm saying Miami to be the 3-team, but I thought it was a 2-team race for real.
Who's
in the East?
It is a 2-team.
In the East, in the East, you think it is?
Yeah, I think in the East it's 3-team now, but it was a 2-team. It was the Sixers in Boston. That was the 2 teams. 3 because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. if Miami's there, they got a shot. I'm subscribing to that belief. You made 2 of the last 4 finals. You are established as the team that's going to be better in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, for whatever reason, flips the switch. The Miami.
Every time people believe in Miami, they don't do anything,
and that's why I'm believing in Miami.
But when they come out of nowhere, but when nobody talking about them, here they are in the damn finals.
I mean, they're 24-22 right now. They're the 7th seed. As of right now, like we might be talking about them a little bit because we have seen it happen before, but I don't think nobody believes in Miami like that.
If you know ball, you believe in Miami. I think there's only a 2-team race, and that is Boston and Miami. I think that's the only 2 teams that can come out the East.
Boston and Miami.
I think it's a 4. I think it's a 4.5 team race.
So who's the 4 and who's the half?
Boston, Milwaukee, Miami, and Philly are the 4 teams, and the Knicks have an outside shot, so they're the half.
Okay.
Boston.
Due to the acquisition of Pascal Siakam. Oh, my bad, Chita.
Now I'm going over who Mars said. Mars said Boston, Milwaukee. You said Miami and Philly.
Philly, yeah.
Is that correct? And the Knicks have an outside chance. I don't think Cleveland is there yet. I don't. But I think that they will be better this year in the playoffs than they were last year. I don't think they're there yet, though.
They'll lose to the Knicks in round 1.
The Pacers.
I don't think. Let's just say for the sake of argument, Mars, that's true. I don't think that I'm gonna see what I saw last year. They're not gonna get pushed around again. I can't see that. I can't see them dudes getting roughed up like they did last year. I can't see Darius Garland looking like a deer in headlights and Evan Mobley getting pushed around by Julius Randle like he did last year. I can't see it. No.
Okay.
I believe the East is a tougher race than the West.
Based on what, Ron?
Based on this, the Celtics are a good ass team. They're going to be hard to beat. The Bucks are a good ass team. They're going to be hard to beat. Joel Embiid, no matter which Joel shows up, they're going to be tough and hard to beat. That's going to be a hard fought matchup. In the teams that they're going to be facing, the New York Knicks, for instance, I don't think none of these teams want to play against the New York Knicks. Not with OG now. Not the way Jalen Brunson's playing. Julius, but the Knicks have a tough team. Tough-nosed coach. They're going to play defense. I don't think none of those top 3 teams want to play the Knicks. The Pacers, I don't think none of those top 3 teams want to play the Pacers with Pascal Siakam. I also know none of these 3 teams want to play the Miami Heat. None of those teams want to play the Miami Heat.
The way the Miami Heat been playing, and the fact that they lost, I'm not going to say that because they lost Kyle Lowry, because I mean I can appreciate the intangibles, but those 2, man, I'm on your page, Moss. As long as we talking about the Miami Heat, they will fizzle. If we're not talking about them, Jimmy Butler 35 a game in the series, Bam Adebayo 25 and 20. If we ain't saying a word about them, but the minute we start talking about them, bounced in round 1, not lost, bounced.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how what Jimmy does this year. This should be very interesting to see which Jimmy decides to show up. But all right, fellas, from the top of the top, we're gonna go ahead and jump into super chats. Your Highness Charles said Brock Purdy got lucky again.
Man, keep getting lucky, and we'll be holding a Super Bowl trophy. Keep getting lucky. Yep, absolutely.
I'm not going to.
Keep getting lucky. We'll be holding the Super Bowl trophy.
Chilton, you really see y'all getting past the greatest quarterback of all time?
Hey, keep getting lucky. That's all I gotta say. Keep getting lucky. Yes, sir. And I can see us winning it, no doubt. Now, Damo, you talk about the GOAT conversation with
Mahomes.
With Mahomes. If he played, let's just say for the sake of argument, he never got back to the bowl game again, right? This year is the last year he's in the bowl game. If he ends up 5-6 more years still playing at this level, I have to talk about him like I talk about Montana, like I talk about Brady, like I talk about Peyton Manning. I have to, because the longevity is there, the winning is there. From a talent standpoint, I can't name 3 quarterbacks better in terms of talent. I would have to talk about him like that. Not yet, though. We ain't there yet. No, not yet. He still got to do more in terms of being around for a long time. If he quit today after 6 years, I can't say he's the best to ever do it. Hell no, I can't do that.
You're right. I mean, everybody not Andrew Luck, but Andrew Luck was still a thing. So I will say, yeah, football is definitely high volatile in early retirement. So who knows?
Drink More Water said, better Luka game, 73-point game or the 60, 21, and 10?
I'm going to say the 73-point game.
Mars?
I didn't watch the 73-point game, so the 60, 21, and 10 just was more impressive because I've seen it.
Okay. Chill, Ox?
That 73-point game is one of the, yeah, it's definitely up there. I think it's better than that 60, 20, 10 game.
Ox?
Yeah, they were both. You talking about Luka's 73 the other week, and then the 63 they did last year? 62, I mean?
60, 21, and 10.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see that one. I saw this one, and I mean, it was dope. It's the same. I mean, they're both super impressive. I can't pick. But I'm lightweight with Tick, and I'm not impressed.
I can tell. I can hear it in your voice. They sounded so fake. I was just about to say it. I was like, you might as well just not have said anything. Man.
I mean, it was dope. It was dope. I'm not trying to hate. It was dope. Both of those, like, that's incredible performances. You don't see that. You don't see that. That was incredible. I just can't pick though.
Kenyon White had a question for everybody up here. Just yes or no.
What?
I mean, he has to, the way he ducked in Denver. This is atrocious. This is some of the sickest, obvious ducking I've seen since Mayweather was ducking Pacquiao. I can't believe this. It's crazy. How you just don't go to Denver?
Well, he was there.
He was chilling in Denver.
He was there.
That's even worse, bro. Stay at home, bro. Because why would you not play? This is what we was talking about. I think this was just the last week, right? Damo, we was talking about the rivalries. This is why we can't have no rivalries, because they're not competitors.
No, it's not that we can't have no rivalries. This is why people like Ron shouldn't be forcing this weak ass rivalry. I'm not saying you're forcing this one, Ron, but people like Ron that feel like they need to force rivalries on players instead of letting players dictate who they actually don't like, who they actually want to shoot up against. That's why this is not a rivalry. The fact that Joel Embiid didn't circle this game and like, yeah, this is another chance for me to give. You only play him twice a year. You only get to see this man twice a year. The guy that you think is the best, you self-admittedly said to him on the court after giving him buckets, "You're the best player in the NBA, man. You're the best. You're the best guy. You're not even circling this game, man. You're not even circling it. So I can't say this is a rivalry, but I guarantee you, Chet has the next time he plays Wemby circle. It is circled, highlighted. Yeah, the game plan is going to change that night. Whatever they were doing the night before and the night after, it's not going to be what they do tonight. Chet sees Wemby again.
I love that discontent between them two. I see some friction there. It looks like a genuine discontent between these two. Like, you know what? I don't dig you that much. I don't. I see that.
Something happened, and I'm talking before. Like, I don't know if this was like some US like U17, 16.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. That was it, Damo. That was it in France. That was it. It was the why am I drawing a blank? Wemby was playing for the 17 and under French national team, and Chet's team beat them on a late call where Wemby got called for something and they ended up losing, and Wemby lost it. Like, what the hell? And at the podium, Wemby is standing there like he could barely compose himself. He looks at Chet like, the fact that y'all even have me up against this dude is disrespectful. I'm way nicer than him. And the fact that y'all even have me paired with him, I'm going to show you every time. I'll bust his ass. Every time.
It was there from the Summer League game. I seen it. I was like, all right, I don't want to read too much into it. I'm not there. I don't know these guys. I don't want to make nothing up. But when I seen, like, Wemby is he's doing stuff. He didn't do that to Kai Jones. Kai Jones boomed on him. He just, it's another day in the park. It just got rid of. He got a layup on Chet. He sticking stones. Just stick.
That's because they real competitors, real dogs. I don't know what to call Joel Embiid. I don't care if you score 70 points. You know what I'm saying? You did that to the young boy, but you don't want to go to Denver. I don't care about no altitude.
I mean, he just whooped Nicola's ass though just a couple weeks ago.
So do it again. You get 2 times.
Do it every time.
You gotta assert. You have to assert dominance when you're a competitor. You
I
gotta
wouldn't Mayweather. After
dominance.
you whip somebody's ass one time, you don't need to do it again.
No, what he did on Saturday was crazy. He wasn't even on the injury report. They just said he was out 10 minutes before the game started. That's crazy. I'm on the playback, assuming he's playing. We hear Maxi's not playing. We're like, cool. We hear Tobias ain't playing. We're like, cool. I'm on the playback 10 minutes before the game. They still have the graphic of Jokic versus Embiid up next. All of a sudden, Woj he's not playing. That's crazy. There was no injury concern. All of a sudden, he's out. That's insane. But I will say in 21 and 22, he was genuinely hurt when they were in Denver. Like, that's not his fault. He was genuinely hurt.
On Saturday, though, Mars.
But that interesting.
That's
interesting.
To your point, Big Ox, you talk about competitive. There's a difference between being a competitor and having genuine dislike for somebody. Those are the best rivalries, right? Because I don't think that Joker and Embiid, that's really a rivalry, because I don't think there's any discontent there. I just think that, I'm going to go up against him. I'm going to try my best. As opposed to, I'm going to bust this dude ass. I don't like him. My
competitiveness will not allow me to like you. My competitiveness will make me not like you. In any field of work I've ever been in, right. I don't like the people that do what I do because I'm just a competitor, so I can't like you. If we was doing this before and then we ended up, then okay, we can still be cool, but I'm still trying to outdo you. If you're in my field in anything, like I don't like you. Like for instance, like we sell suits. Like I don't like people that work at other suits like that. Work at other companies that sell suits.
Of course.
Suit Supply, Indochino. I call them out their names. You know what I'm saying? No respect for them.
It just has to be there has to be a level of dislike, Damo, and I see that with Chet and Wemby. Wemby looks at Chet like, this dude is not on my level. He is not nice as me. He is not. And I'm going to bust his ass every time I see him until y'all start saying it.
And you know what's funny, Chilltown? And every chance he gets, Chet reminds him, I'm right here, buddy.
I ain't every chance.
He never gives him the chance to just get the like. No matter what happens, he can get a crazy N1 on him. Chet's getting the block and coming right back and getting the N1 too. Oh, you had to switch off of me. Like you want to one guard me, right? And I'm a flex too. Every chance he gets, whenever they have these interactions, or whatever, Chet does not allow it to get to a point to where you can just say, "Oh yeah, Wemby's clearing him." Wemby can have a better game. Wemby can outdo him in a category, whatever it is. Chet's not allowing him to make him comfortable. Chet's not allowing him to get a chance to make it comfortable. Every chance he gets, he does something that's still gonna stick with Chet afterwards, and I love it. It's a real rivalry. Someone in the chat, y'all the only ones making it a rivalry. No, we're not. This is something stemming for years now, and every time they see each other, something happens, and it's something that's not just in every NBA game when guys see each other. It's stuff specifically for when, like I said, with Luka and Devin Booker. That carried on for multiple seasons. So when Luka sees Devin Booker, he is treating that game, he's acting a different way than he actually sees other guys on the regular. Wemby does not act like this all the time. Wemby has that dog with him. Chet has that dog with him. I give him that. But when they see each other, they start barking louder.
When he went at Chet right to his chest and tried to dunk it on him, that looked personal. That's what that looked like.
When he finished it and then stared him down on the inbound, didn't go back on it. He stood right there looking in his face, nodding, like waiting, like, nah, full 94. I'm the center picking you up 94 feet. And I know, and Shay's was Shay not on the court? I know you're not the first option right now. It don't matter. This is personal to me. I'm on you 94 feet.
And that's necessary, Ron. That's necessary for the league to be what it is. We need these dudes to have some genuine discontent for each other. It can't always be, yo, man, get the hell out of here. I ain't helping you up. No.
Moving along, Two Buddy said Grailtown said this era was soft last episode.
I did not. No, I did not. Did I? Wait. I want to make sure that I'm not losing my mind.
No, I don't think so, too.
I don't remember saying that this era was soft. I said it was soft. And what reference did I say?
Oh, you know what? Maybe because of that, Chitan, like what you was just saying about helping each other out, helping each other up and stuff like that.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like in what reference did I say? In what reference did I say it was soft? Like when Jamal Murray was on the floor and I forgot who it was. It was Maxey who picked him up. Like, don't help him up. No, do not help him up. Let him. That's what he got his boys for. Let them help him up.
Hey, Chill, you ain't never been playing somebody and they fall and you go like reach your hand out, like you go help them up, and they reach up and you walk away.
No, I don't do that. Nope, I do not do that. Nope.
Yo, Ox, you do. I know you didn't do that, bro. I know you ain't did that.
Come on, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. That's petty, bro.
No,
you have done that because you done it to me before. So you're gonna sit here and lie to all 1,700 people. You know what?
Bro, if we was walking down the street, like if we was downtown and you tripped, I'd do that to you. We wouldn't even have to be hooping. Like if you just fell on the sidewalk, I'd be like, hey, Ron, I got you. You good? And I'll just walk away.
You see who we dealing with, Mars?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, Mars, you officially
get the clumsy ass up off the ground.
Mars, understand that in America, like this kind of friendship that these two dudes have, this is OJ and Al Collins. Like he will roast him, but when Ron get into some nonsense at 2:00 in the morning, who you think he calling? This dude right here.
Oh,
that's who he picking the phone up. That's who he calling. Unfortunately, that's who he. And he answering too. He answering, and he cussing Ron out the whole time. But the next question is, where you at? I'm on my way.
Sure, where you at? So I know not to go there.
Your Highness Charles said Ron ducking super chat. So we're gonna go ahead and get through all of these. I don't want to be known as the super chat ducker. So let's get it in. T Cart X said Joel Embiid still missing. Scared of us.
He just let Paul Reed handle his business. That's what it was.
I'm gonna let my little homie get you for real. That's how you know it's not a rivalry. I'm gonna let my little man's get you. Let the little homie get you.
Paul Reed got 30 with no free throws. He was at Embiid. I do it. I do it ethically. Yeah, I do it ethically. I respect
ethical buckets. That's a thing now, by the way. That's a thing now, by the way, Damo. Ethical buckets.
I'm not surprised.
That's a thing now.
Johnny Boy 2000 Gaming said Luka can't drop 70 on the Celtics. Avery Bradley.
I don't think he could drop 70 on Avery Bradley, but he
could prime AB. Nah.
Just so you know, didn't Devin Booker put 70 on them? Wasn't Avery Bradley on that crew?
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't know. I don't think Avery Bradley was there at the time.
Yes, Avery Bradley was there.
Was he on that crew in 20? That was 2016.
I don't.
There's no way. Devin Booker he wasn't calling Devin Booker.
I don't think that was.
I don't think Avery Bradley played. I'm gonna keep saying it until someone checks, but I don't think he played.
I'm gonna look right now. Let's
go check that.
While Damo's looking.
Well, Devin Booker's better than Luka. So
the thing about it though is Avery Bradley's too small for Devin Booker or for Luka. When Luka gets to a spot, all he got to do is raise up over Avery. Like, yes, Avery's gonna apply pressure and stuff like that, but it's just nothing Avery can do. He's too little. He's only 6'3". Luka 6'7", 6'8". He's too big, too heavy. Gets to his spots. Like, I like Avery, but and kind of how Shaq alluded to earlier, he's not gonna score all 70 on Avery. Avery might get 20 of them. But it's going to be transition buckets. It's going to be catch and shoot. It's going to be a whole lot of free throws.
He did not play that night.
He didn't?
No, he did not play that.
Okay.
Nope.
You're muted, Damo.
Oh, damn. I'm good now. I'm looking. I literally just got it pulled up. There was no Avery Bradley in this game for the Celtics.
No, he wasn't.
Marcus Smart played, though.
Yes.
Huh?
Marcus Smart played. He came off the bench. What you call it? One. He came off the bench. 31 minutes off the bench is crazy. But yeah, he didn't start.
Jay Crowder?
Yeah, it was. Jay Crowder did play and start, yeah. But I want to say Jalen Brown was probably his matchup. Well, I don't know.
Wait. Yeah. The Suns lost that game, right?
By 7,000.
Yeah.
By how much?
But who cares, man?
Amir Johnson starting?
It was actually 6,000, Mars. Chill out. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I thought you said that, chill. That's why I said, what'd you say, Mars?
Actually 6,000. So.
All right, come on. We got to keep it lit. Air Buddy Unleashed said, we know Chill just loves hating on the Kobe era.
Yeah, that's why I saw the best game that I've ever seen in NBA history in the Kobe era. Yep, that's why I hate.
We don't want to hear it, Chilton. We don't not want to hear it.
Cam Buckets. I don't know if this is Cam Thomas or if this is Cam Johnson or if this is Cam Whitmore, but Cam Buckets sent through a super chat from Currency. I don't know, but appreciate you, Cam Buckets, even though it was empty super chat.
Better be Cam Whitmore. That's a bucket guy right there.
Sky Doop, one of the Martians in the chat, said Mars cooked his ass. Mars, did you cook his ass?
Who? I barely said anything the whole time.
We were talking to that. That was from when we were talking about.
Oh,
with Ticket when we were talking about Luka coming off.
No, I got cooked because Ticket brought up teams could shoot. I was cooked.
All right. Pip named Slickback sent through a $2 super chat, pausing somebody. I don't know, but you guys should be appreciative that Pip named Slickback got your pauses when you guys don't have them. Jay Got Game said, big Knicks fan, but let's be serious. Where does Brunson land for you now on the top PG list?
Top 10.
I was thinking that.
Is PG the best point or best position in the league right now?
It's been like that for a while, to be honest with you. It was
From
like
top
that
to bottom, probably.
It's been like that for quite a while. Now, when you say top 10, Mars, where does he stand? Is he on the back end of the top 10? Is he in the middle of the top 10? Where do you have him
at? 7 to 10 somewhere.
So he's in the Darius Garland, Jamal Murray. Is he in that area?
No, they're like 12 to 15.
Okay, so he passed them. So he's already past them. So you got Luka, you got Curry, Trey, Ja, Fox, and then Shea. You think you did say Shea was a lead guard? So, and I just put Shea at 6. I don't think Shea is the 6.
Yeah, but then he's in that next group.
So he's in the next group.
Let's go through the league. So Ja, okay. Luka, okay. Shea, okay. Trey, yeah. Tyrese Halliburton, yeah.
Maxey.
No.
Okay, no Maxey. Damian Lillard. I'm gonna take that as a no. Okay.
I don't know. He's in that group. 7 to 10. 7 to 10. That's what I'd have to think about it. 7 to 10. 7 to 10.
Okay.
I'm running a poll right now. It just went up, but immediately 48% of people are saying that he's 8 through 10. And the poll was top 5, 6 or 7, 8 through 10, or 11 and down. Right now, I have 31% saying 6 or 7, and 45% are at 8 through 10. Y'all go ahead and vote on that. While you're voting on the poll, hit the like button.
Let me put my vote in too real quick.
Malik sent through a super chat and said, I think as quote unquote the man, Brunson is better than Kyrie. How do you feel about this, Damo? You wasn't here when we talked about it. Who's better as the man? Or are they both not number ones?
Neither one of them are number ones, in my opinion. But
now, wait a minute, Damo. Number one to lead a team deep into the playoffs.
Number one on a championship contender team, in my opinion. I don't think neither one of them are number ones on those type of teams. I do think that both of those players are number ones on a team to get to the playoffs. Both of them guys can be the number one on your team and get you to a playoffs at the peak of their powers. Who's better as a number one? I mean, I just don't think it's a fair question. I would say off the top of my head, I would say Kyrie off the top of my head, but I could understand why people would say Jalen Brunson. I don't think it's asinine to think Jalen Brunson is better as a number one than Kyrie. I think it's close in my opinion. So I would take Kyrie though.
I think it's completely asinine.
Do you think Kyrie's number one, Alex?
I think he could have been at a certain point in his career. Right now, probably not on a contending team though.
On a contending,
you know what? It depends.
At what point in his career do you think he could have been a number one on a contending team?
He was in Boston.
Boston. Even he was going through a couple of things, but even in Brooklyn, I thought Kyrie was dope. And it just depends on who is supporting cast is, because you can just because he's a number one doesn't mean he got a weak team. Like if he got some,
you can have some strong twos. You can be 1A, 1B type of thing. That's fair.
If I could build the perfect team, obviously staying under the cap and all that stuff, you could build a team for Kyrie where he's the number one and they could still be contenders. It's just obviously that's just fairy tale. Like I get perfect situation, I get to do this, stuff that can really happen. But you know, Kyrie, I think Kyrie could do it. And for you know what, with that being said, you could probably do the same thing for Jalen Brunson. But I just think Kyrie's a much better basketball player than Jalen. That's it, and that's all. I just think he's a much better basketball player, and that's it right there.
I don't blame you at all. That's super fair.
Jalen and Kyrie currently have I think Jalen currently has it. He has a team that's perfectly built around him. Not perfectly, like you could always say, oh, let's put KD on the team. But I'm talking about in terms of realistically building a team without getting a key big free agent signing and or something like that happening. Like he's on a team, he's on a very good team. And he
not contenders though, Ron.
But that's what I'm saying though. Unless like once again, unless this free agency that like KD goes over there, Bron goes over there, they draft Bronny and Bron goes over there, something like that. In terms of just building a team organically and naturally, they have done that. A team built around Kyrie, I think this Knicks team will be a great team built around Kyrie. Once again, unless, but that's also the thing with Kyrie too. Kyrie has a little bit more playability than Jalen would. Like, by that I mean, big names will want to go play with Kyrie, like has happened in the past. Like,
I do think that they are perfectly built, Ron, because if you look at that crew is predicated on defense. You got your bucket getter, that's Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. You got your dirty work guy in OG, and you got your 5-man, your rim protector in Hartenstein. I'm not sure that he's a starting center, but I think he's a great fill-in for what they're doing right now. You got great rotation.
That's supposed to be Mitch though. Chill,
right?
Like if Mitch is there, they're even better.
Right.
Team, which he's supposed to be coming back, right?
I don't know if they're going to get him back. I think that ankle injury I think it was supposed to be season ending. That's what they said. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I mute myself thinking I'm not
okay.
I thought he was done for the season. My fault.
That's what I heard. I heard he was done for the season too. So you got great rotation players in DiVincenzo, in who am I thinking about from Grimes? Yep, Josh Hart, Achua. You got great rotation players. The way that this team's identity is defense. This team's identity is hard nosed. That's who they are. And that's who basically Jalen Brunson is. He's not flash. He's not charisma. That's not who he is. Jalen Brunson is a hard nosed guy who's crafty. He's a Northeast guy, and he's just going to go after you. So in terms of, to your point, this team perfectly built. I think it's built for him. Now the question is can they go deep into the playoffs with this team? Well, that's contingent on one guy and one guy only. That's Julius Randle. He's got to play better. And if he plays better, I think that they go deep into the playoffs.
Hey, for real, if Julius just happens to somehow, it just clicks in his head and he's able to put 1 and 2 together and put together a good playoff run, I'm telling you, nobody wants to play the Knicks. If Julius actually, if he could be 75% of what he is in the regular season, Julius, if you could, hey Julius, I'm just asking you, give me 20 and 10. It's ugly. Like right, seriously. Ron,
right. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to be, because we all know that the playoffs, the players get better, the teams get better, players get better, the schemes get better, and you get a lot more time to think about other stuff. I ain't even asking for 24 and 10. What can't happen is 17 and 8. That can't happen. No, we're not gonna have a chance when you're doing that. We don't.
Well,
we don't have you doing that.
The thing with the Knicks is especially after they got OG, I think that really helped them to be able to play with teams like the Celtics and the Bucks. I think OG was that perfect acquisition. If they had Mitchell Robinson, then that makes them obviously another step better. But for the Knicks to compete, Julius Randle really has to play perfect. You know what I mean? And that's just the problem. I think so because I don't think Jalen Brunson can carry to a Eastern Conference championship.
But think about this stuff. Keep going.
Without Julius playing perfect Julius has to give me 3 perfect games, and those perfect games have to come in wins. You know, you can't play perfect and we lose. You know what I mean? So those great games that Julius gives you in the 7-game series, those have to be the games that you win. Especially without Mitchell Robinson there anymore. Jalen Brunson's not going to carry that team to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think so.
What now, Big Ops? When you say perfect games, what are we talking about when we say perfect games? He's on the back.
I'm saying hitting. More so is when you're taking those tough shots, those shots that you created, that you created an ISO for yourself. You're taking those tough shots. You either got to make those or you got to move the ball. We can't have the games where you're taking those tough shots and you're just clanking. Like
Right.
you can't be super inefficient. If you're going to be inefficient, Julius, I can't have you shooting more than 14. You know what I mean? Like you got to slow it down. When they got rid of Emmanuel quickly and RJ, I think that opened up more shots for everybody. So okay, maybe you can take more, but if you're gonna shoot them, you have to hit those tough ones. Or I need you going to the rim, getting fouled. You can call it unethical, but as long as you're not foul baiting and you're actually attacking the rim and you're getting fouled, making your free throws, then we can have that. But Julius, I can't have you shooting step back 19-footers, falling away, step back threes, and missing them.
So wouldn't a guy like Jalen Brunson, him being the bucket getter that they need, Julius Randle, I don't think has to play the question I'm asking you, Big Ox, is with Julius Randle playing a perfect game, why would it have to be a perfect game when I'm getting 23 to 25 from Jalen Brunson, and our mantra is defense? If I could get 22 in 12 or 20 or 21 and 10 from Julius Randle, with my group being tough-nosed and hard defensively, because I think over the 5 of the last 6 games, they've held teams to under 100 points. Mm-hmm. So why would Julius Randle have to play perfect in order for us to win when I'm getting guys? Jalen Brunson wouldn't have to play perfect. I don't think OG would have to play perfect. We would just have to play our style of basketball, which is hard-nosed New York Knicks basketball. So why? That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Chilton. It's not so much about the points; it's so much about the way in which you get it. Because I know what I'm gonna get from OG,
right?
And Jalen, even when Jalen's chucking them up, it's not necessarily bad basketball, especially for today. So it's like I know what these guys are gonna do. Julius, I need you to really, play a great style. I need you to lock in. I need you to take good shots. Because Jalen and OG gonna do their job. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson's job is obviously to get shots up and score and whatnot. Right. They don't got Mitchell Robinson down there. Mitchell Robinson's not getting them extra possessions off those tipping the ball out on offensive rebounds, protecting the rim. Without Mitchell Robinson there too, you're not getting those extra 4, 5, 6
possessions
sure. Again. I need Julius to lock in, because like I said, Jalen and OG gonna do what they got to do. I'm not worried about them.
All right, fellas, we got to keep it pushing. We got to keep it pushing. John Wick, one game, said if Hallie beats, I'm assuming he meant to say Dame in the first round or the Bucks in the first round, Dame might retire.
I'm sorry, Ron. I might not be here this summer because Damo is going to be unbearable. I won't be able to handle him. I'm telling you that. I'm sure of it. I'm gonna have to bounce, because Damo is going to be if they bounce Milwaukee and Halliburton outplays him, it's going to be hell for dealing with Damo. Hell.
He not lying.
Jamal said, but with that being said, it's kind of a win-win for me. Well, no.
No, you like Dame. You like Dame too much. You like Dame too much for you to be able to accept it. Because when I really get up here and I start breaking down these games where he's really just Bay Area Kemba, he's just Kemba from Oakland Kim. Like when I really start getting into it, you can't take that.
No, here's the thing though, Damo. I have 2 narratives that I'm pushing strongly right now. Mm-hmm. I'm pushing Hallie being the top 3-point guard in the NBA, and I have the Bucks being the best team in the NBA. So obviously the Bucks being the best team in the NBA, that narrative gets thrown out the window and flushed down the drain and all of that good stuff. But if they beat the Bucks, that means Hallie went. Hallie, yeah. So now I get to come up here and be like, yeah, Ticket TV.
Malls, are you trying to hit any of this logic of the Milwaukee Bucks being the best? Because I'm not neither. I'm not neither, Ron. And I know that you're trying to push it. I'm not trying to hear this.
Hey, I'm going to continue to push my issue about the Bucks and Hallie. But we got a $10 super chat. Jamal, he has a 76ers logo. But he wants to talk about something else. He said, how much longer does this Luka Kyrie experiment last before it's blown up? I don't see it working long term.
At least a full year of them being together. Like, give them a full season, something.
That was this season, Damo. What the hell?
Well, this was going to be the full year they had to do it. I mean, job's not finished. We ain't seen them get to the playoff. Like the book's not over. The story is not over for them. You don't know what can happen. Like, all it takes is lightning in a bottle once. And then the narrative changes. Like, I don't think the experiment is over, and it doesn't look like that bad of an experiment, in my opinion. They're better than what I thought they were going to be going into the season. People didn't see the vision at all. They didn't believe in. I promise you, unless you were talking to a Dallas fan, for the most part, we got up here, we broke this roster down on paper, and we're like, I'm not seeing it. No one thought Derek Lively was going to be this good immediately. No one thought that any of these role players were going to work out. Everyone assumed the third best player, if it's not Tim Hardaway Jr., was Grant Williams. No one thought Dante Exum. They didn't even have Dante Exum at the time when I'm thinking about. When they got Dante Exum, no one thought Dante Exum would be a valuable asset coming off the bench and be able to help at all.
He was still in the league.
Thank you. People were just, like, no one talked about it. Like, I don't. So I'm not understanding why we're saying, oh, blow it up. This experiment's over. Like, yes, they're not the best team in the West. No one thought they were going to be the best team in the West going into the season. I didn't have them making a play-in. So the fact that they are a play-in team could be a playoff team exceeded my expectations. I want to see it through.
And also, shout out to Dante Exum, too. That just kind of goes into everything that I've been trying to tell you guys about these EuroLeague guys being able to play in the NBA. The EuroLeague is like that. And Dante Exum wasn't the best player in the EuroLeague last year. Might not even have been top 10. I'm saying that to say it's a bunch of players that can come over there and come and play in the NBA and contribute. Also, shout out to Vasily Micic, too. He plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's the backup point guard right now. Vasily, he's just a very good player. Very, very sound player. And every time I've watched him play, he comes in and contributes, whether that's knocking down shots, getting a couple assists, making some good plays on defense. He's not necessarily a defender, but he's a very heady player. But shout out to him and Dante Exum as well.
Ron, where was Exum? You said Exum was in the EuroLeague last year?
Yeah, he played for Partizan last year.
Okay.
It's in Belgrade.
Yep.
Didn't he got like slammed or punched on by somebody last year?
You guys remember Yabusele? He played for the Boston Celtics. Yabusele, he built like a tank for real, but those teams got into a brawl in the playoffs. Imagine Eastern Conference Finals, two teams get into a brawl because it was just like that. They got into a brawl.
Houston and the Celtics in the NBA Finals in '86 with Lajuan and Dennis Johnson and Bill Cup, all those dudes. Okay, I'm with you. Wow. So they actually got into a fight, and he got body slammed.
Yabusele was on him.
It was crazy. It was
the one side of the fair. And Exum wanted none of it. Exum was not trying to be on the second time. Yabusele was just hot. From what I remember, maybe I gotta watch it again. Maybe Exum said something slick, but yeah, from my recollection, he got tossed around.
No, he did for sure. He got slammed on his head. Cool thing about it was the suspensions didn't really dictate the series because it happened in game 1, but they ended up still coming back and playing each other in game 5 of it was a 5-game series. So, obviously, you know how that goes. Like, let's say Jokic get suspended for 2 games and then the Nuggets lose, and people would be like, oh, well, it's because Jokic got suspended. Well, it ended up going to game 7 or game 5 and everybody came back. So it was cool. It was a good series. Wow. But back to the super chats. Malik said, chill. With Jalen Brunson being hard-nosed, pause, do you think it's a lot of skill behind his toughness? I think he's one of the most skilled guards.
Well, I think he's one of the more skilled guards also, but being tough isn't a skill. You're either tough or you're not. I don't know if that has anything to do with my skill set. I could be super nice and be soft as Dr. Cotton. That has nothing to do with my skill set. So, but Jalen Brunson is he's a Northeast guy, and his father played for the Knicks. Father played at Temple. He's a Philly guy. He's from that area, that Philly, Jersey area. So he's definitely a tough guy, but I don't think that has anything to do with his skill set.
Taquay White said, genuine question. Why does Ickett, that's crazy you calling him Ickett. Why does Ickett only get mad when someone jumps in a conversation against him, but never when Chill play Captain Save-A-Ho? Huh. Okay. MP13 said, Damo and Chill, what do the Clippers have to do for each of you to wear a Kawhi jersey for a week of the panel? Curious.
Nothing. I actually have a Kawhi Leonard jersey. I have one.
Give me to 1,000 subs on Twitch. I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Subs. Okay. I'm trying to get rich. Okay.
Run the numbers up for Damo. Sports PSP said, Damo, Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Puffs?
Fruity Pebbles clears.
Fruity Pebbles are ridiculous.
Damo, I'm not lying to you. when I was in my younger days, I could basically sit down and eat a whole box of Fruity Pebbles in once. I could do that. I for real could do that. I for real could sit down and eat a whole box of Fruity Pebbles. 100% I could do that.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't blame you at all.
Jamaica's Choice said, "Hey Ron, you know what to do today? What to do today? I love y'all, man. The Warriors make me cry every game. God damn, man, Black.
I'm not trying to hear no logic from Warriors fans. None. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear. You had Steph Curry for 15 years.
Jamaica's Choice. You just got to do what Mars did, and just sometimes you just got to lead a ship, and you got to go somewhere else." Almighty Lambo said, "I take back my last super chat. L chill, Cavs winning the East."
See, I'm not there, my man. That don't mean that I'm not down with y'all. I'm just not there yet. I'm not.
Jamaica's Rod Clyde Choice said, I haven't been able to super chat due to being in Jamaica all this time. I'm in North Carolina now. I'm using this function now. Ronald, I'm on your case now, bro.
Uh-oh, Ron.
Shout out Carolina.
The same dude that said he was going to do a drive-by on the panel or something like that.
No, I ain't never heard that.
You don't remember last show he was you don't remember last show he was talking about, Ron, I'm gonna pull up on you with my goons and all of that stuff?
Oh yeah, he said you, not Player's Choice. He said you. If you ain't
y'all not riding with me,
you.
Not with them Jamaican dudes. Hell no. Nah, them Jamaicans is nope.
Better cut my dreads and clean my life up.
I don't really duck a lot of smoke. Them Jamaicans, nah, yo, I'm good.
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm straight too, chill.
Chill out on them Jamaicans. Nope.
I might move out where the monks be or something. Go hide up in the mountains. I'm gonna chill out. Straight.
I'm gonna chill out on them Jamaicans.
Nick Tri-State said, Ron, right. This might be the first time in almost 20 to 30 years where the East is a more difficult path to the finals than the West.
Is that true?
It's tough on both sides. I just think the East is so top heavy that it's going to be hard to beat the top three teams. But also, I don't think those top three teams want to play any of those bottom teams either, including the Cavs. I think it's easier for the Nuggets to be like, okay, it might be two teams we don't want to play, but the rest of y'all guys, you don't want to see us. Whereas every team in the East, I think nobody has an easy matchup in the East.
Miles, I think the logic of the Western Conference being superior and the East being weak, I think that's still carried over to this day, and people don't really recognize how much better the Eastern Conference has gotten.
I think the East has been the better conference since 2020.
Huh.
I was thinking 2021. I think it's gotten a lot
this
better.
Decade is what I'm saying. This decade, yeah. I think it's been the better conference.
DSG Piccolo said, like Mars with the Nets, you got me with the Warriors. They lose in every game from now on.
Facts. Back them up, man. Back them up. I'll trade Fred VanVleet for Steph Curry too.
Jamaica's Choice said, I did not say that. Hold on.
Wait, what? Hold on. One more time from the people from the top.
Well, yeah, I'm willing to trade Fred VanVleet for Steph Curry. I'm willing to do that. It's difficult to part ways, but I mean, you can get a guard averaging one block a game if you're the Golden State Warriors, an NBA champion. I mean, maybe they have to throw in a pick on top of it, but I'm willing to.
If the Golden State Warriors traded Steph Curry to Houston for Fred VanVleet, everybody in this organization is fired on the spot. On the spot.
Hey, they about to do just like the Athletics moved out of Athletics and other team,
Raiders,
football team, the Athletic and the Raiders. They're gonna be the next team to move to Vegas. And all Oakland / Bay Area teams, they're just moving to Oakland or moving to Vegas. Ball Talk says, shout out to Ron for Michits. He doesn't score much, but he's a very high IQ guy.
Them Euro guys are that. They've always been that. Smart basketball players.
Lou Bang said, as a Heat fan, we might miss the postseason. Next 20 games look tough. Miami's biggest downfall is overachieving, and we don't have good trade. Said assists, but I'm assuming assets.
You'll be fine.
Yes, you will.
Buttered Biscuits is not done for the day. He said, I thought Chill said he didn't like violent hoops.
When did I ever say I liked violent hoops?
He was talking about the Chet and Wemby thing, how they be playing at each other. He's calling
That's called that's called a rivalry. That's part of basketball. That's not getting clothesline. That's not that. That's not punching the dude in the stomach or bowing him in the. No, that's not that. Those two things are not the same, sir. No, that's violent basketball. Snatching a guy out the air, running underneath the guy. No, those two things are not the same. No, we ain't doing that.
Potato Man said, I'm sorry, Chill, but I've never seen a QB hit the defense directly in the hands as much as Brock and get away with it.
Yes, you have. Vinny Testaverde used to do it all the time. Yes,
Yo, Chill.
Yes, he did.
The one catch that Brandon Ayuk got where it hit the Detroit defender.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, y'all lose that game if he gets that interception.
Like I said, being good ain't good enough. You need some things to go your way. That's just the way things work. Being good is not good enough. And him getting flushed out the pocket and running for first downs. Y'all can, the interesting thing, and I'm gonna leave it here because I know we gotta go, but the only reason why these dudes saying this about Brock Purdy is because he's not on their team. Damo, I was around when Troy Aikman was throwing 15 touchdowns. And they was in the Super Bowl winning it. I was around when that was going on. He had Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper on both ends. Nobody was calling Troy Aikman average. Nobody. I'm good. I'm straight.
Yo, we talked a little bit about football, but right after this, it will be the press box, and they're going to dive into both games that happened yesterday. J-Rob and Bama, they really do their thing. They know how to break things down, along with the other guys to be on the press box. Also, shout out my dog, Early. He's over there dominating on the gridiron side. But if you want to talk more hoops, later today, you can come get a VIP pass and watch the NBA watch parties on playback today with us. Lakers, Rockets, and then we'll be watching a little bit of everything. We do got Giannis versus Jokic, so we'll definitely tap into that later. Me and JD, who knows? One of these guys might pull up. You never know. But until then, we'll be back tomorrow with the same crew, same cast, talking about different and better things.
Take it light, but take it.